The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Oldham High School's football starts now.
Good evening on a beautiful summer/fall. It might not be too early to switch over night. Got an excellent division battle here. 5-0, 5-1, number 2 and number 3 in the state in the 5A RPI rankings. Woodford County, South Oldham, Joe Cox, Jamie Brown here at Tucker Field Irvin Stadium, Crestwood, Kentucky, on a night that should yield an outstanding game, Jamie.
Yeah, as we said, two great teams, 5-0, 5-1, and both of them do well what they do. So it should be an interesting game schematically also.
Yeah, absolutely. A contrast in styles, contrast in programs. Talking off air before we went on, I said this South Oldham team is the kind of team, if this was a horse race, they'd be the team that says, you know, we're the horse that's a little bit of a mutter. Dirty the track up a little bit. Get us a rain shower in there. You know, they're not going to come out here probably and succeed in a pristine game. They're going to get battered a little bit, but they want to force some mistakes. And, you know, they've been remarkable this year in the second half of games. You talked about it. A team whose coaching staff is very dialed in and adjusts well on the fly.
Yeah, I've seen them in about 5 games over 2 years and then coached against them also, and they are the best halftime adjusters I've come across and seen in a while. Saw them against Oldham County 2 weeks ago. It was 14-0 late in the second quarter. They scored right before half, dominated the third quarter, won the game at a field goal in the end. Really good overcoming adversity, playing through all that. So the key for them is to keep it close and then win that third quarter and try to win the game that way.
That's it. Of course, it's dawning against Woodford County, 5-0, and they have some playmakers. You know, you're talking about an offense that hits about 8 yards a carry on the ground, hits about 12 yards a pass attempt through the air. And a lot of times if you make big plays, you make a lot of mistakes. Well, they don't do that either. 1 turnover in 5 games.
When I saw that or heard that stat from you, I couldn't believe it. The 8-yarder rush is what I'm looking forward to seeing also.
Yeah.
If you can run the ball for 8 yards on first down, you live in 2nd and 2 all night, that's a great place to be.
Yep, and of course South Oldham wants to get them off track, get them, again, just muddy it up a little bit, make it a little complicated, and that's where the Dragons live. And they're at home tonight in a big district game. We're going to step aside, have some words from our sponsor. Before we do that, a look at tonight's weather forecast, which is presented, of course, by Kinzer & Kinzer. Located at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange, they deliver clean, comfortable air. And beautiful evening here, about 74 degrees, clear, sunny. With the sun going down, it's getting late in the day, but it should be a beautiful night. No real wind to speak of, no real weather impact on this one. Just a pretty night for football.
Beautiful night, and I'm sure the coaches love it down there.
They do, and we're going to hear from one of those coaches on the other side of this break, Woodford County coach Dennis Johnson. So stay tuned. Woodford County, South Oldham now only about 26 minutes away here on Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard. Do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville. This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Anderson Sales and Service in Crestwood, making your life easier with quality products and quality service. Find out more at andersonsales.com.
Joe Cox catching up with Coach Dennis Johnson of the Woodford County Yellow Jackets ahead of their matchup with South Oldham. Coach, a 5-0 start for your team. A lot of big plays on offense. What has been the key for you guys to this early success?
No, I think we have a good connected group, man. Great coaching staff. We really did a good job, I think, in the offseason of really preparing our guys' bodies, physical condition to be able to play the style of football we want to play. And so just a lot of credit to a lot of people, man. It's been a team thing from the top down. And so guys love each other and excited to play, and they like football. You know, a lot of times you get groups of kids to play, but you know, these kids love football and they're excited for the challenge this coming Friday.
Absolutely. Did want to ask, this was one thing that jumped out to me. Hopefully my stat folks got this right. Despite a bunch of points, a bunch of big plays, I've got you guys with only one turnover. Now, I hope I didn't just jinx you, but what's been the key to that?
Right. No, I think, we haven't turned the ball. It's kind of been our, any team that is going to have success, you're trying to get the ball more times on offense and not turn it over. So our quarterback's done a really, really good job of being sound with the ball. Running backs, everybody's had the ball, and so we put ourselves in good situations. And so we've been very conscious of it. We talk about it a lot of times, ball security and just making the basic play. We don't want to have to always make the spectacular play. Make the basic play where we can keep the chains rolling and have a chance to have more success. And so I think being conscious of that, just kind of keeping the guys' mindset. I think a big part of that too is we don't have a lot of guys try to do too much extra. Mm-hmm. They get what they get, and they're excited for their teammates, and so I think that's enabled us to say, hey man, when the journey's over, let's get down, double skin the ball or not throw it something crazy and live to see another day.
Yeah, sure. Did want to ask you about defense. It looks like from the numbers you got some linebackers who seem to be kind of like magnets for the football. Sturgis, Hodge, Peters. You got some guys who've been making some plays out there. What are you looking for them to do this week defensively?
No, I'll definitely say Graham Hodge and Davion Sturgis are definitely our leaders. They kind of run the show. They communicate where everybody needs to be and get people in the right position. On top of that, they're good football players, and they make timely plays. I'll probably say the play of the year was 2 weeks ago against Pulaski. Coming out of half, Pulaski was driving, and they get down there probably inside the 20 after a 6-7 play drive, and Hodge comes in and strips the ball out, and we get the ball back, and I think go down and score. And so, which was a huge momentum thing for our guys. And so, but those guys make plays, man. And like I said, they make sure everybody's in the right position. They know what's going on, and they held all those guys accountable.
Yeah, district game, a good opponent here. They're 5-1. You're 5-0. What have you really been hammering with your team this week in practice as far as any particular key to South Oldham?
No, they're good. They're big. I think they're strong. I think they set on a quarterback, and he's a dual threat. It reminds me a lot of our quarterback can run and throw it. And so, much like us, we were a lot triple option last year, and so they can go spread and they can go triple option. And so they give you a variety of things you got to look at. And then defensively, man, we got offensive. I think they're big up front. Love their defensive line. Those guys are really, really active. And so we just got to be ready to play. I think we got to play fundamental football. I think they're, front-wise, probably the best defense we've played all year. And so we got to be ready to take on that challenge. And like I said, again, our MO has been not turning the ball over. When we do that, we have a chance to have some success.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be a good one. Woodford County, South Oldham coming up here on Glycod.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals, because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street, or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life. Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Welcome back to South Oldham, Woodford County, South Oldham. Some wise words from Coach Johnson. And before we go any farther, it's time to talk about tonight's keys to the game. And those are presented by Clementine's Car Wash, located in the Kroger Fuel Center in LaGrange. Juiced by Clementine's Car Wash. Well, as far as keys, we kind of already got into some of this. Woodford County, I'm pretty sure as long as you can go plus 19 in turnover margin, you can pretty much dictate the rest of it. I know they want to keep that going.
The amazing part is that they only have one, and they've taken 20.
Yeah.
20 alone is amazing, but one.
Both sides of that are remarkable.
Just remarkable. So, yes, if they continue that, they're going to have a lot of success.
As far as other keys, obviously, they're a big play team. They want to hit those. They want to hit those big plays, and then one of the keys to that, you've already mentioned it, being successful on first down. If you can keep it second and short, you obviously have a lot more freedom and a lot more possibility than when you get in second and long and third and long, and the playbook gets a little shorter.
Well, it was interesting what Coach said. He said, do what you can do, but no more. And when you do that, you tend to have success. Mm-hmm. You're not giving the ball away. You're not trying to make a play that's not there. You're taking what's there. You're making a great play. You're getting back in the huddle, going back and playing the next one. That leads to 8 yards a carry. That leads to 12 yards a pass. Yeah. And that, again, they need to keep doing that. And then with their athletes, find the big play.
That's it. South Oldham. Of course, the first thing you talk about a big ask, we just said, 1 turnover in 5 games. So South really needs to turn them over, really needs to just create a little havoc. Maybe you can do it in special teams. However you can create, some plays that are sudden change plays that can flip the field in a hurry And, it's probably about defense. It's probably about hunting the football. South's got some gritty dudes who just can make some plays. You've got to just hope they can manufacture something tonight, I think.
Again, Coach mentioned the defensive line for South, the best that they have faced this year. So that's what you want to get some lost yardage plays, put them in situations they haven't been in, and then you have a chance for a turnover because they're in a place they haven't been.
Right, and obviously limit the big play key. And then the other one, we talk about this when you come in as an underdog, which I think South Oldham would qualify for. You want to take that kind of Kentucky Ole Miss blueprint a little bit. You want to run that football. You want to keep the other team off the field, because the easiest way to limit the big play is just by not letting that offense out there.
Yeah, South has always had big, strong offensive linemen, and Coach mentioned that in his pregame. That this is the best defensive front they've seen, but I bet it's also the best offensive front.
Yeah.
So control the ball, do what you do, make plays when you need to. Coach Sams has tried to change the offense a little bit, but when he needs it, he goes back to the old South Oldham, run the ball, control the clock, triple option offense. And so I expect to see a mix of both out of him, but more controlling the ball. Yeah,
sounds fair to me. This broadcast tonight is authorized by South Oldham High School with production rights owned by Glycod Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for listening. We're going to step aside for a word from our sponsors, but on the other side of that break, some thoughts from South Oldham head coach Kane Sams. Coming up, Woodford County, South Oldham, 13 minutes away. Don't you go anywhere. Stay tuned to Glycod.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in, like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right, Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod. Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard. Do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Joe Cox getting a pregame word with Coach Kane Sams of the South Oldham Dragons. Big district game tonight. They're 5-0. You're 5-1. I'd imagine everybody's pretty ready for this one, Coach.
Yeah, this is a game that I don't know how much thinking and investment I have taken to the pregame speech. I mean, there's a lot to be excited for and fired up about. 5A football in Kentucky and in our district and region is pretty good. This is a game that we understand the implications to it. We know how good of a team they are. We're very familiar with what they're capable of. So it's an easy one to get excited about.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you last week, you got your district opener then. They're having theirs this week. But you guys were able to take down Anderson County, ran for 388 yards. You're obviously doing some pretty good things executing offensively.
This is a game that we're excited for, a game that we understand. So it's an easy one to get excited about.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you last week, you got your district opener then. They're having theirs this week. But you guys were able to take down Anderson County, ran for 388 yards. You're obviously doing some pretty good things executing offensively right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's I felt like it's been tough for us to get into our offense. Kind of going back to Nelson County, we were kind of searching to figure out who we were, and then the same between Spencer and then the two Oldham counties. They're all three good teams and really good defenses, and we didn't play clean in any of those games by any means, but we started to figure out what we can do well and what the boys know in our playbook, and we kind of leaned on that a little bit for the Anderson game. But I mean, this is another different animal in Woodford. So we felt good in our run game, at least for Anderson. But there's a lot of wrinkles and adjustments that are required.
Yeah, sure. I talked to Coach Johnson earlier. He was very complimentary of your defensive line, and you got some guys there. Parker Ellis, one of the guys I got to mention, but who've really been making plays all season long. You're getting a Woodford team that's pretty potent offensively, and they've only turned the ball over once all year. What can you do about that defensively?
I think the first thing is I mean, they're doing a good job of protecting the football.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, especially at least in high school football, turnovers are self-inflicted.
Mm-hmm.
It's a poor throw, or it's bad ball security by the ball carrier. Not always is it just immaculate coverage or just a great attention to detail on trying to strip it.
Mm-hmm. So
they do a good job of just protecting it. We every week have a tackle turnover circuit,
mm-hmm.
so we try to always preach that into our defense, and it's going to be tough. I think that if we can get them to turn the ball over a couple times, that'll definitely give us a big advantage in keeping us in the game. But I think that credit just goes to them that they take care of the ball very well.
Yeah. What has been your message this week for the team? What's been your big focus for Woodford County?
Well, I mean, we're underdogs in this game, and rightfully so. I don't think we've done enough, or they've done little enough for the narrative to be written any other way. The thing is, to our boys is we've had our fair share of adversity. We took a tough loss opening week.
Mm-hmm.
We were underdogs against North Oldham and found a way to win. We're down 14-0 against Oldham County, a minute to go before the half, and
mm-hmm.
they have the ball, and we found a way to win. So, they haven't been in those games. So
True.
Anything that's thrown to us or anything that doesn't go our way, it's just familiar territory, and we got to learn how to handle it. Now, I mean, we don't want to live in those situations of being the underdog or having to come from behind, but it's good when you've been a little battle tested in those tough games. And I hope tonight is another good, tough, competitive game.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that we can put them in situations that they haven't been in this season.
That's true. October, the last month of the regular season, so we're heading down the stretch. Woodford and South Oldham next on Glycod should be a good one.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Blind Select, not just blinds. Blind Select, not just blinds.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German-American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German-American Bank, building our community together.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future. When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Almost ready to go now. Woodford County, South Oldham. Teams are on the field, and we talk about tonight's starting lineups presented by Dees Consulting. Apologies to Dees Consulting. I don't have a first 22, but let's talk about a couple of impact players got to have an eye on. For South Oldham, Julian Miles, a guy who has really just carried the mail this season. He's their top receiver. He's their top rusher. Any way you can get him the ball, it's going to be a big thing.
And he shows up when you need him. Against Oldham County at the end, he had 3 catches in a row, kept the last drive going to set up the winning field goal, and makes plays on defense.
Yeah. 44 carries, 558. That's an insane rate, 20 catches, 284. Woodford, they've got 3 big-time receivers. So the quarterback probably deserves some mention. Justice Wertzler, he is a 6'2 senior, 8 touchdowns to 1 interception. That 1 turnover, that's it. So I'm sure he was properly chastened for having the audacity to turn the ball over, the only time that it's happened this year. But a guy who's done some big things. 3 touchdowns in the last game, threw for around 275 yards against Pulaski County. That's really the only test Woodford County's had. Their other games have been pretty one-sided. But that game with Pulaski, 31-22 the final. So That's pretty much been it. Of course, South Oldham opened with a loss, and since then, 5-0 5 in a row. So, been a lot of close games, been a lot of winning, competitive games, and that's what they're going to look to do tonight.
I think Coach Sams was right when he said they've been through a lot already. And Coach Johnson mentioned the quarterback making the throws that he had to make, and obviously he's done that.
Well, South Oldham is going to kick it away to Woodford as we open. South going to move left to right from the press box vantage point. And Woodford County, Jordan Holman is back deep, and it looks like Jalen Johnson, the other return man. Aiden Orther, excellent kicker for South Oldham's got the ball teed up.
He's a good onside kicker also. He had 2 against OC.
Yeah,
they got one, but they touched it before 10 yards.
Big crowd, big student section. Good night for football. They're ready in Crestwood. Hope you're ready where you're listening. Arthur advances on it, kicks it away. Fairly short kick, one of the up men from about the 13, goes out across the 20, 25, 30. Got a seam to the 35, still picking his way up to and across the 40-yard line. Wyatt Peters, a 6'1 sophomore. Nice patient return there.
Yep, found some extra yards at the end. Might have been a little block in the back that sprung him there, but it didn't get called. So
Dickamore the tackle for South Oldham, and they will spot it down at the 41. Again, Wurtzler is the quarterback, 6'2 senior. The top rusher here is Wyatt Crow, who's a 5'10 senior.
Actually, they did call it. The flag's on the sideline here.
Okay.
Didn't see it.
Okay,
So
yeah, right. It is right on the sideline.
they did call it.
So forget that good field position. Glad I got you watching out for me, Coach.
Well, I saw it, but I didn't see the flag. It was literally right on the sideline.
Yeah, right.
So.
It was almost out of bounds, and that's a big difference because it backs it up to the 17 after the penalty instead of the 41. So already that's a break for South. Instead of Woodford County starting out near midfield, they're deep in their own end. Got 4 receivers in on this play, 2 each way. Send a man in motion to make the right side heavy. That's Leland Taylor who went across formation. Empty set. Wurtzler to throw. Got time. Fires in the flat. Caught across the 20, 25. Out in space. 35. And right back out to the 41 goes Jalen Johnson. So they got that chunk right back.
Well, one of the things you're going to see out of the offense, South Oldham's defense, the flats, the flat defenders and outside linebackers. So athletically, the matchup favors Woodford, and that's where they went, was the flat there for the big run after catch.
Adrian Miles with the tackle. First down up to the 41. Empty set. Wurtzler to throw. Sets. Rush coming late. Now he fires at the last second, and is that a catch up at the 43, 44? Apparently it is. Short yardage there. Mackay Smith able to go down and get it. Only picked up 2. Good pressure.
Yep.
Late out of South Oldham.
Well, he didn't have his immediate route to the right. They took it away, and then he came back to the left and found his outlet.
Second down and 8 at the 43. Opening series of the game. Woodford County on the attack first.
I expect South to only rush their front down linemen because they need everybody in coverage.
Shotgun formation, and now they shift into the empty set. Trips right, 2 left. Wurtzler drops, sets. He's got time. He throws downfield, incomplete. Had some options there in the middle of the field, but sailed it right over top of him.
Well, I think Woodford probably had someone run the wrong route because they had 3 verticals and nobody bent to the middle of the field, and he threw it to the middle of the field.
Yeah, that's where the vacancy was, but.
Yeah. So twice now they've started with a running back and then brought him over and then moved somebody. So what they're trying to do is gain a matchup. So far, South has not moved with anybody. They're just staying within their zone. They're not playing any man.
So third down and 8 now. It's the same formation with trips to the right. The back is in. Usually the back motion's out, but this time he's going to stay home, apparently for pass protection. Wurtzler to throw it. He's got time. No real heat. Takes a deep shot. He's got a man out there. And a diving attempt. It's incomplete, but I think we're going to have a pass interference flag against South Oldham.
It's a little bit different coverage out of South. They manned up the inside receivers, the slots, and ran with them to take away any out patterns, making throw deep.
And he did. Couldn't get it to Mackay Smith, but Adam Kern apparently picks up the pass interference penalty. That'll be a first down. Keep the drive moving for the Yellow Jackets.
You can probably live with that one because it probably was going to be 6.
Yeah.
So you live with the 15-yarder.
sometimes it bothers me to say that it should be a spot foul because you can just stop a touchdown that way. But other times, I think if that's the case, a lot of teams would just come out and chuck it down the field and try to create a penalty.
We used to coach our guys in the end zone, go ahead and take the interference, and now it's not an automatic first down, so
Correct.
It's really worth taking.
Yeah,
it, if it's third or fourth down.
Seen that come into play, yeah. So 1st and 10, Woodford now at the South Oldham 42. Opening series of the game, trips right. Justice Wertzler in the gun, looks to throw. He's got time. He takes a deep shot. Man, out there, he grabbed it. What a catch. That's a touchdown. Oh, my. Nice play, Amari Jointer. He's a sophomore.
I couldn't see the catch, but everybody went, ooh, when he caught it. So we've already seen the chess match. South was playing went to man to play the slot receivers. So Woodford said, you're going to play man, we're going to run deep on you. And South can't cover those guys deep all night, man. But that's the chess match. And Woodford advantage there then.
Woodford lines up to go for 2. It was a one-handed catch by Jointer. Long throw, and he just stuck the big paw out there and grabbed it. No, they're going to kick. They shift into traditional kicking alignment. Snaps there, kicks out of there, and it is long, and it is true. 7-0 Woodford County. 10:33 to go in the opening quarter here on Glycod.
Line Direct, not just blinds. Line Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
7-0. As good a catch as you'll see by Amari Jointer. Just stuck his big paw out there, brought it home. And again, that guy is just a sophomore, 6'1" sophomore.
He had a couple good steps on the DB too, so obviously some speed.
Yeah, he could fly.
So Woodford obviously thinks they can throw deep. After the first play, taking the flats, South adjusted a little bit, said, okay, we're going to take the flats away, and Woodford ran 4 straight vertical packages.
It's the 5th touchdown grab of the year for Jointer. Now Woodford to kick it away.
So if you're Kane Sams here, you want a drive to possess the ball, not a 3-and-out.
Yeah. Logan Ford kicks it away. It's a line drive that is going to skip into the end zone. Went right over Julian Miles. He was standing around the 10. That one hit about the 2 and skipped right in.
Line drive type kick and still went that far.
Yeah. It may still be rolling out there somewhere.
Through the fence and on through.
Right.
So even if you don't score here, you want to possess the ball and get some momentum back on your side and not give it right back to them to give up a big play again.
Ethan Arnold, the quarterback. 6'1" senior. And he is under center. He's got a setback behind him. 2 receivers left. They hand it right on the backside, trying to pick their way. Patience there, but only a gain of about 1 yard. Just not much going there for Julian Miles on the first carry.
He had a free blitzer off the backside right away in the backside B gap. So when you pull a guard, a lot of people teach their linebacker as soon as you see a pulling guard run through. And that's what Woodford did there. So he was able to catch the guy in the backfield.
2nd and 9. Opening possession for South Oldham. 7-0 Woodford. Arnold under center. Fakes inside, pitches to Miles. He's in the backfield, and he is going to be, well, he's fighting his way. He got back around the line of scrimmage. It looked like it was going for a loss. But, boy, Woodford was all over that one. Hit the quarterback just as he pitched it out.
Very quick, fast defense. Can see that already run to the ball well. Good pursuit.
Yeah, they call that no gain. That was some excellent work by Julian Miles to get back to the line.
He turned that to no gain with a lot of effort.
He was hit back at about the 16 and managed to get back to the 21. 3rd and 9. Not where the Dragons want to be. See what they've got. Multiple receivers bunch right and 1 wide out to the left. They look left. And now Arnold rolls. He's got time, throws downfield, caught up at about the 39-yard line. Just threw an absolute dart to Julian Miles.
Took a good arc on his rollout. It's a man coverage, so the crosser coming over the middle, it's a good call versus man coverage. and roll the pocket so you got time to throw it.
Pickup of 18 down to the 39. 1st and 10 there. Trips left this time for the Dragons. Pressure coming. Arnold, quick throw, incomplete. Tried to look into the middle of the field. Threw it toward Hickerson, but unable to get it there. Garrow sticking a lot of guys in the box. Wyatt Peters was in coverage that time.
Definitely very aggressive defense, and also bringing somebody every snap, what we call plugging the gap, or some people call it firing the gap. Every time, A or B gap, front or back side. And tell you, Woodford's got more size than anticipated, having not seen him play in person. But
and everybody's up tight. The deepest man here is about 7 yards off the line of scrimmage. Arnold fakes handoff, goes outside across the 40, the back to the 45, about the 46. So it'll be a 3rd and short on that one. I believe that's Hickerson on the carry.
So that was a counter option. They ran dive left and then option back to the right. That's a good play versus an aggressive man defense. They react to the dive and then overplay it, and you got a pitch on the backside for a good success. Good call by Coach Sams.
So Hickerson got 7. Shegog the stop. 3rd and 3 at the 46. 8:19 to go opening quarter. Arnold under center. Very full backfield. Miles shuffles around and now lines up at kind of a wingback / tight end spot. Arnold hands it Hickerson. He is pounding for the first down to about the 48. Across midfield. Nice physical run right there.
Good scheme. They ran the deep early bird motion trying to get a 5-yard jump. Another thing you can do against an aggressive defense is make them sit and watch and take your time snapping the ball. They're so jacked up to go that by the time you snap it, sometimes they get out of alignment.
Geiler and Jones on the stop, but a first down at the Woodford 48.
Big drive to keep this going like this for South. Big drive. Even if they don't score here, they've done some good.
Arnold's got a wide out either way. 3 backs behind him. Pitch to Hickerson. Left side, has to cut it back in, and there's nothing there. Probably lost a yard on that one.
Immediate penetration on the play side, and he couldn't even get to the outside to run the sweep.
No, yeah, you could tell that one was supposed to go outside, and he probably wisely decided discretion was the better part of valor and cut back in and lost 1.
Instead of losing 6. So, again, that's that hidden yardage we talked about last time we worked together. Instead of -6, you're -1. It adds up over time.
Allen on the tackle for Woodford. 2nd and 11 now at the 49.
To quote Jesse Palmer, 2nd and 11 is a lot better than 2nd and 16.
Really is. 2 receivers to the right. That's the open side for Arnold. He is in a pistol look here. Handed inside, and a nice gain across the 40 down to about the 37. You know, even when it's not from a traditional eye look, they run a lot of option read type stuff, and that was a nice one right there. Luke Hatcher, the man on the carry.
That's that counter option again. This time they give it to the dive back. It rolls behind the defense for a big gain.
Peters on the stop for Woodford, but not before a first down at the Woodford 37. South Oldham up there. Got a receiver spread each way. Fake inside. Arnold keeps outside, and he's able to gain a couple down to the 35. Not the fanciest of plays, but moves it forward 2 and keeps the momentum churning.
It looked like they were short on the pitch, but he couldn't make the pitch because he had somebody on him from behind right away.
Right.
So I would expect Coach Sams to come back to that formation, that particular option. Something happened to pitch support out here, and there was nobody out there.
We've crossed the midpoint of the first quarter, 7-0 Woodford, but South Oldham's got a good drive going. 2nd and 8 at the 35. Arnold in the gun, trips right this time. They hand it off. It's Miles. He's got a seam. 30, 25, 20. Can he break it? No. 16-yard line. They trip him up from behind, but you saw the burst there from Julian Miles.
Well, really good play design. When trips into the boundary, they play man, and they run him off. There's nobody left in the alley to defend that play. And the running back made a great cut. He did not cut till he got to where the tackle originally lined up, and he took it straight upfield. It's a natural seam in the defense if you can exploit it.
Down to the 17-yard line now. First down, 18-yard pickup. South's got some explosive stuff going. Whistles blow, and Woodford County, I believe, is going to take a timeout. First down for South when we come back. 7-0 Woodford. 5:10 to go in quarter 1 here on Glycon.
you cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
First down, South Oldham, 17-yard line. Handed off inside, and not much going. Hatcher scraps his way back to the line of scrimmage, and probably nothing more on that one.
Well, South traded two people from left to right, and then the whole Woodford defense slanted to that trade. So Coach Sam's may trade, then run the other way. We'll see.
2nd and 10. 4:52 in the clock runs. Hodge on the tackle for Woodford. This drive has already eaten up almost 6 minutes.
Which is what you want if you're South.
Arnold in the gun. Bunched in formation, but wideouts to his right. Handoff. No, faked it. Kept it inside. 10. First down, I believe. It's going to be close. A little sleight of hand there from Ethan Arnold. Thought he was handing it off, but he kept it and dives right around the first down mark at the 8-yard line. Let's see where they end up spotting it.
Another good schematic play. They had two trades. So now you can't slant. You run jet motion, and you read the backside end. If he goes with the jet motion, you keep it, and that's what the QB did. He's
just shy. They're spotting it between the 8 and 9. I'd call it 3rd and a half, honestly. Inside 4 minutes, Arnold's under center. You run the little goose play here with your quarterback keeper. Let's see. Arnold looks like it. No. Took it off the line, handed it off, and a first down. Down to around the 5, Evan Hickerson off the left side.
Really impressed with Coach Sam's in this drive, what he's doing in terms of X and O's. There he traded over and then ran to it. So they did not trade anybody with them that time, so you got a man advantage, and you run right there for the first down.
Hash on the tackle for Woodford. They'll actually spot it at the 6. First down either way, 1st and goal. 3:25 left in the opening quarter. 7-0 Woodford, but South Oldham is knocking on the door. Arnold's in the gun, and he's got two receivers on the right. That's the open side. Everything going right. Hand it right. Trying to get the corner, and he did it. Touchdown. Nicely done there by Evan Hickerson.
Another well-designed play. Tight formation left. Flat motion across. Receivers ran slants and then blocked. Nobody on the corner to take the jet motion. Nice job. That's a really nice drive.
A 7.5-minute drive that ends in a touchdown. Orther on for the extra point to try to tie it up. A little swinging gate formation action for South, but they are going to kick it. Snap is low. It's scooped up, but now they're not going to kick it. And the holder goes down. So snap never got back to him, so it's 7-6 Woodford's. 3:08 to go in quarter number 1. We'll be back here on Glycod.
Blinds are wet, not just blinds. Blinds are wet, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
So tip of the hat to South Oldham. Woodford County comes right out, goes down the field. Minute 27, reach the end zone. South Oldham answers. 7 minutes and 25 seconds on that drive, and it finishes Hickerson a 6-yard run. Of course, the extra point no good, but right back in this ball game, and an impressive display of strategy and performance there by the Dragons.
Well, the one thing we didn't discuss was kicking game, and that's the one thing that can hurt you in big games. So hopefully South can overcome that error down the road, but you need that point.
Orther to kick it away. Now he's got the signal, advances on it, right-legged kicker, boots a high driving kick. It sails into the end zone, about 3 yards deep. Nicely done. That's a touchback.
Excellent kick. A little bit of chess match here, see what Woodford comes back with if they stay with the vertical package.
Yeah, the deep pass undid him the last time. 42-yard connection. Wurtzler to the outstanding sophomore Jointer. And they looked at a couple of deep passes in that series and then finally connected on one. So we'll see.
I think they feel they can run past the South defenders.
Trips right, 2 receivers left, empty set. Don't look to be thinking about running. They shift a man into the backfield, so 3 on the right. That's the heavy side. Wurtzler to throw. Fires. Picked off. It's coming back toward the house. 20, 10, 5, and he's down inside the 5. But a big play and a big return. Caleb Jones. It was deflected. Jones grabbed the deflection and almost housed it.
Caleb Jones.
Well, there's what we talked about.
Turnover number 2.
Turnover number 2 for the year. A little bit of a high throw. And South makes them pay.
Well, 1st and goal at the 2. That's where Jones was taken down. Arnold to the line. He's going to go under center. 1st and goal, 2-yard line. Calls his own number. He's close. No signal. If he's short, he's 6 inches short. Touchdown. He's not short. He's in. There's the signal. So Ethan Arnold on the keeper. Reached the end zone.
Again, I like schematically what they did there. They played a trips formation to the field. Man coverage, you get 3 guys out of the box, then you sneak it.
I assume you go for 2 here now. You chase that point that you missed. Arnold's back out there.
Well,
so.
Coach Brown wouldn't chase that point, but in the world of analytics now, people chase the point. I'm not sure if Coach Reed's listening what he would do, but I just never believed in chasing points.
Trips left this time. Arnold's in the gun. Play fake. He pitches off the right side. Long way to go, and it's not going to get there. So the 2-point try, no good. It'll be 12-7. South Oldham, 2:48 to go in quarter number 1. Don't go anywhere. We're with you here on Glycod.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
And just like that, South Oldham on top, 12-7. Arthur to kick away. Line drive kick. And this one is caught just shy of the end zone. Return man out across the 10, across the 20, trying to work that left side. Got some room. 30, 35, 40. Ball pops out, and it rolls out of bounds.
Well, Joe, I think the announcer jinx is working. That could have been another turnover there.
They put that one on the turf, but they put it on the turf right by the sideline, and that was probably the saving grace there.
That was an excellent designed return. They dropped, they ran a middle return, they locked up man-to-man, and then the one man that came free made him miss, and he got some yards out of it. Really excellent designed return there by Woodford County.
And they're going to start on the South Oldham 47. Got about the last 10 yards on the fumble. The fumble came back on the Woodford County side of the field around the 45-yard line. So, but they're on the attack. 2 receivers each way for Wurtzler. Now sends Taylor across. They give it to Taylor, and South Oldham's there. Stopped him in the backfield, loss of a yard. Well played on that little sweep action.
Excellent penetration right away. Had nowhere to go.
Looks like Davis Larson, the guy able to spill him for a loss. 2nd and 11. There is some chess match going on right here.
Well, again, Woodford County's trying to affect those outside linebackers for South. And that was a great play there by the outside linebacker.
Trips right, that's a short side. They hand it inside and nothing doing. South is all over it again. Dump Wyatt Crow in the backfield.
Little inside zone, South's D-line definitely won that battle.
Sam Dawson able to make the stop in there.
I do find it interesting after the interception now, 2 straight runs. So
yeah.
We'll see what he does here.
Lost a yard again, 3rd and 12. Woodford back to the South Oldham 49. Minute 33 and the clock rolling here in the opening quarter. A lot of action already. 12-7, South with the lead. Woodford trying to answer, but stuck in 3rd and long. 2 wideouts each way. Justice Wertzler drops. He's got time. He throws. Picked off again. 38-yard line. Coming back again. 50, 40, 35, and down to about the 33-yard line. Just threw it right to Davis Larson. He'll take it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he was watching because the outside linebacker dropped deeper than normal flat coverage, and there was nobody in the flat to pull him.
Right.
So I'm not sure where he was throwing that ball. That was a bad read by the Q there. But an excellent play by the outside linebacker again.
I got to write Coach Johnson a note of apology. Seriously, 2 picks. 1 turnover in 5 games, 2 in 11 minutes. Folks, don't ask Joe Cox. Let's talk to you about something or it's just going to blow up.
Can you talk to me about finding $1 million later?
We'll work on that at the half.
Thank you, sir.
1st and 10, 34-yard line, South. They hand it inside. Not much doing. That one's going to go for a loss with Hickerson. Final minute of the quarter, they spot him at the 36, loss of 2.
A lot of penetration off the right side of the offense there. This Woodford County defense has got some speed. They can move to the ball.
They get to the ball. And South has had some luck kind of using that against them, and that's what you got to do.
Look for a counter play, something of that nature later on in this drive. Maybe even a reverse, take a shot at the trick play because they're running the ball so fast.
2 receivers left, and now 1 goes back across formation. They hand it inside. Hatcher down to about the 31. Solid play, gets you to a 3rd and manageable, and that one is going to probably end the quarter.
Should take the quarter here.
At 31-yard line, and that, unless something strange happens in the next 5 seconds, will end the quarter. Well, they're hurrying to the line, but I don't think they're going to get there. 2-1-0. Nope, that will end the first quarter, but it's a quarter that ends with South Oldham with a 12-7 lead and the football. Hot start for the Dragons here on Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
1 quarter over, 12-7. South Oldham, the early lead. And it's going to be a 3rd down and about 7 as we open quarter number 2. Arnold's got 2 receivers wide left. That's the open side. 1 back on the right, bunched in tight. Arnold, play fake, throws, incomplete. Just threw that one at the feet of Julian Miles, and I think there might have been something there, but just short-armed it.
Well, Woodford was not in man coverage there, so when they moved, they gained advantage, and that's why he was thrown out there. They had 3-on-2 up in the flats.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. That was a different defensive look than we've seen the whole game, and now we're getting several substitutions, so we'll see what we get schematically here.
Now 4th and 7, too close to punt, too long for the field goal. Offense will stay on the field. They're at 31. They got to make the 24.
47.
Arnold brings in his play. 11:57 until halftime. Big one here, 4th down.
Got to be alert for delay of game here. Somebody be watching the official. He's now counting, so we're at 5 seconds.
And whistles blow, and we're going to have a timeout.
Yeah.
You weren't the only one who saw that. We'll be right back. 4th down coming up here on Glycott.
Blinds are wet, not just blinds. Blinds are wet, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
4th and 7 upcoming. A little bit longer than I think Coach Sams would like. I don't think he's adverse to the 4th down, but for a run-heavy team, 7 is kind of an ask. But, everything's going your way. Why not?
Yeah, nothing was wrong with going for it here, and I'm sure he's got a pass play he feels good about. He had several at the end of the Oldham County game, which won it for him, so he knows he can do it.
Yeah.
It's a matter of executing it. Again, Woodford has changed personnel and a little bit of their structure of their defense, so it'll be interesting to see what we get here. It looks like the big guys are back in.
Ethan Arnold leads him up to the line. Got one receiver out right. Everybody else is bunched in. Hatcher the back beside him. Arnold looks, scrambles for a second, throws deep. He's got a man out there. It's incomplete, but it's going to be pass interference. He took a deep shot, couldn't get it to Charlie Temple, but what he could get was the flag.
Again, well-designed play. He opened up to the one single receiver side, pump faked it, rolled back to the left. They ran a 3-man route combination to their bunt side, man coverage we did get, and a guy sprung open. But I think there may be 2 penalties. I see it.
Yep. Yeah. You are correct. So those penalties will, in fact, offset, and we'll replay the down. Never mind. That would have been a big one. But
I thought I saw a lineman grab somebody down there.
Yeah.
And it was pretty egregious.
Must have been.
For me to say it's holding, it's really egregious. An old offensive lineman.
Now, you offensive linemen don't like to call each other out. That's
no, we
right.
never hold. We block.
Well, let's try it again. 4th and 7. That was a good call. Took a deep shot at Temple down at about the 10-yard line.
So now we get the opposite. We get a expanded formation.
Yeah, everybody's spread out now. Yeah. 2 wides each way. Arnold to throw. He's got time. He throws over the middle, and another flag. He overshot his target, but the flag came in. Looked like a hold that time.
Well, Miles beat him inside on the skinny post, and he just grabbed him when he beat him. So not sure it'd be interference or defensive holding, but he definitely grabbed him. They
call pass interference. A little tall with the pass. Honestly, I probably would have called holding because I'm not sure as it ended up if that was catchable. But
you don't see defensive holding in high school football a lot.
Yeah.
You don't get it. You get pass interference even when it's holding.
But that tends to be the distinction at higher levels. If there's a question about catchability, you say, well, then it was a hold because then it's a moot point.
No doubt.
So 1st down at the 16 after the pass interference flag. Arnold under center. Got a wide out and set each way. Arnold handed it inside, nothing doing. Woodford all over that one. It'll go for no gain.
That was option, and Woodford had it played well. They even had a man literally in the face of the pitch man.
2nd down at 10. They'll back off now, take their time.
It's a little bit unique watching a team huddle up every time.
Yeah, don't see a ton of this anymore.
Something you don't see in football much anymore.
They bunch everybody in. 2nd and 10 at the 16. Running it on the edge. Got some room down to about the 12. Not a ton there for Julian Miles, but he's able to get a few.
Might see the quarterback keeper off that. That tight formation, come in flat motion, run the jet sweep. Now the quarterback can keep off the backside like he did earlier in the red zone.
Pickup of about 3, so it's going to be a 3rd and 7. Allen on the tackle for Woodford. So I wonder, 4th down wise, would you be looking field goal? I guess it depends on how many of the 7 you can get on 3rd down. because you're close enough. This would be a 30-yarder from here. But also you've had some trouble with that. The extra point didn't get the snap back.
Snap, and then he missed 2 extra points against OC. Of course, he hit the field goal he needed to hit.
Made the big one, yeah.
Yep.
Arnold under center. Run the option, and they lose the pitch, but they grab it back. Trying to get the corner, and well played. Defender out there slings him down for a loss. Looked like Hickerson might have been able to break free, but he was not. Sturgis, an excellent play for Woodford. It was one-on-one, and he just tracked him down.
Well, what happened there is they brought a deep motion, then he pivoted back to become the pitch man, and the timing was off. Had he just been in pitch position to begin with, I think he may have had the corner, but the timing was off with the return motion. It was a good play design, just a little bit of timing off, and that can scare you when you run option football.
So they lost a couple of yards and now going to end up trying the field goal. 31-yard attempt. Arthur off the right hash. Extra point was missed earlier, but that was a matter of the snap. Let's see if they get this one in. Snap's there. Kick is blocked. And it's going to settle in around the line. No return, but Woodford County able to turn him away.
That was the furthest defender to the offense's right, and he just timed the snap perfectly, and he was there before the ball was kicked.
Not a good sign. We're going to keep it here. 12-7 it stays.
Be interesting to see what Woodford does. He ran the ball a couple times, then when he threw it, another pick. I would expect him to come back to some of the easy flat route stuff because South is belling, playing really deep to keep everything in front of them.
Don't want to get beat over their head again.
Yeah, so I look for the flat routes like we got in the first drive.
So 1st and 10 on the 17. Hortzler going to have 2 receivers to his right. No, now cross formation. Everybody's on his right. Takes a snap. They run off the left side, able to get some yardage out to the 25. So a nice pickup right there. I believe that was Crow on the carry. It was. He's able to make the 26, pickup of 8.
There's that 8-yard magic rush we talked about at the beginning of the game.
Get in those second and shorts. It makes life difficult in a hurry. Caleb Jones on the tackle, 2nd and 2. 26-yard line, 12-7 South. Woodford trying to answer. They run it off the left side, and not much there. I don't think he got the first down. I think he got about back to the line of scrimmage.
Looked like the same play before, but this time better defense by South.
Call it a gain of a yard. I'll say 3rd and a long 1. Got to make the 28, and the ball's not quite to the 27.
This is a big down here.
Yeah, Woodford suddenly, after the 2 picks, looking at the ground game more. Let's see if that continues. In the shotgun. Got a wideout split wide each direction. They hand it off, and it is hit in the backfield. South blew it up, and that one lost back the yard that was gained on the previous one, 4th and 2.
So they ran counter tree, 2 pullers off the backside defensive end, read it, closed, and made the play in the backfield.
So how about that? 8 yards on the first run, +1, -1, and it's presumably punt time. I haven't seen the kicking team. Oh, here they come. Okay. 4th and 2, obviously not outside the realm of possibility that you could see some chicanery here. But,
try to draw them off sides, time it up, make them jump.
Yeah.
And every South coach is yelling, watch the ball. And we don't need 12 people.
They got an extra man on, or they get him off. They did. Snap is there and almost blocked. In fact, the official says it was deflected. It was tipped. And it's going to settle down, though, down at about the 40-yard line. Back on the South Oldham side of the field. So that one deflected, but still got a nice kick out of there and ended up with a net of 34 on it. It was a very different kind of rush from the field goal rush that we saw from Woodford. Yeah, that one came kind of straight through and just...
South outnumbered him in the A-gaps and got immediate pressure. I thought he was going to block it, but... It's not as easy as it looks.
No, it's hard. You can't hit him. I mean, you kind of got to go to the spot just to the side of it, and he didn't get it. So 1st and 10 at the 40. South back on the attack, leading 12-7. Miles on the end around, 45. Flag comes in, 50. Makes the 45, but it's not going to stick.
So again, well designed by Coach Sams. We call that a woolly bird. You go in motion and come back. So the guy that's assigned to him with man coverage has to go and come back. Well, you obviously got a couple steps on him, and he had the corner because the man that's covered him is behind him. So good design again. Unfortunately, got a hold out here on the receiver.
Instead of a first down on the Woodford County side of the field, it's going to be first and around 20 by the time they mark this one off. Let's see exactly where they spot it. It'll be first and 17 at the 33. 7:06 in the quarter. Big penalty. So far, the game really going according to South's script, with the exception of that opening drive.
No doubt. It's exactly what South wanted.
I-backs behind Arnold. He hands it off, and not much there. Pickup of a yard, maybe two. Jules Davila gets to carry and moves it for a yard or two. We got a player down here for South. We're going to step aside for the break. We'll be back. 12-7 South leading here on Glycod.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware at 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Tending to the injured South Oldham player, and you had an opinion pretty quick, Coach Brown, on what we were looking at here.
Yeah, he's the backside tackle, and he went to cut his man, and when he did, he cut, and his shoulder drove right into the ground, and so it's probably a dislocated shoulder, hopefully not a broken arm, but he was immediately hurt, and his teammate, even that was on the ground with him, looked over right away and knew. So I watched it happen from the box, but he just got all the weight driven into that shoulder when he cut.
And down on the field.
And I noticed that South does have a couple offensive line already hurt, particularly their one, the really big kid, Matt Wells, 6'8", 375. So this is not good for your depth, obviously. Looks like he's up here, and they are holding that shoulder in place. So hopefully not a bad dislocation, just he won't be out long, or maybe even back. Sometimes it surprises you.
Yeah, that would surprise me, but they're doing their best to get him up. He's on his feet.
Yeah, if it goes in and out quickly, a lot of times it's not as bad.
Looks like it's Cooper Bohannon who is down there. Bohannon, a 6'1", 200-pound senior.
They got a lot of weight driven on him, so he's even limping a bit too.
Yeah. Well, he felt like a truck.
Yep.
2nd and 16 now. South on their own 34s. We're back in play. 6:38 to go in the half. Dragons up 12-7. Arnold, little end around action. Got some room up to the 40, but he still needed to cut outside one more time. Anthony Dixon gained a few, but there was something there.
Yeah, good pursuit off the backside for Woodford. There was there's that counter action we were talking about, or some type of trick play.
Wyatt Peters on the tackle. In fact, they spot him out to the 41, so it'll be 3rd and 9 now. As we tick down to midway of the second quarter. Fast-moving game here.
Keeping the ball away from Woodford.
On two early Woodford turnovers. That surprising, but kind of the prescription for South. Let's see what they've got on 3rd and 9. Arnold in the gun. Sets, fakes, throws. Caught. Can he do some running? Yes, he can. First down. I believe that's Miles. It is excellent play. He caught it about 4 yards shy of the first down. Just turned and lowered his head, and 6 yards later, it's a first.
Well, he went up, made the catch, and then as soon as he made the catch, he turned and went straight upfield. And excellent play by Mr. Miles there. And
he did 9, got 11.
And a really good throw in traffic with two South receivers kind of tight to each other.
Not much of a window.
But he found it.
Dejon Dumas with the tackle, but first down South at the Woodford 48. They lead by 5, looking for more. 5:15 in the half. Arnold keeps it and picks his way for about 3 down to the 45 or so. It occurs to me, not infrequently with this offense, that some of the things you do, you really do just to keep the defense honest.
Well, you make them play assignment football.
Yeah.
And particularly a defense that's built on speed and getting the ball, it slows them down. In the formation they're giving a tight side with 2 receivers and a flex side with 2 receivers. So it's in passing strength and a running strength. It's a great formation to run, and you can exploit either one of them. Now this is a trips look here, so this is new.
Yeah. Trips left. It was actually a 2-yard gain for Arnold. 2nd and 8, 46. Looks to throw, throws. Miles has got it. Makes it down to the 40 as a flag comes in.
I'm not sure what this would be. The other thing I like what Coach Sams is doing, he's getting the ball to his playmaker in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
A lot of different ways. Excellent game plan so far by Coach Sams and the staff.
If it stands, he's at the 39, and they pick it up. So it will stand. That play will go, and a gain of 7 down to the 39.
My guess would be that the backside tackle went down and blocked, but the throw was behind the line of scrimmage, so it's not a penalty.
So
you throw it and wave it off, That's what you usually do on that play. So good officiating.
3rd down and honestly less than a yard. Call it half a yard. The ball's just shy of the 39, and it's got to go across the 39. The 3rd and a half. Arnold under center. Hands it off. Miles looks to have it. He does. First down. Ends up down at the 35.
Excellent run. Old school. ISO off the right side. Miles, again, getting Miles the ball in many different ways. So excellent game plan by South Oldham.
Allen on the tackle, first down at the 35, 3:52 in the half.
So here's we talked about it a little bit before the game, the old Bill Belichick philosophy. Win the last 4 minutes of the second quarter, and South is great at this, and then great halftime adjustments.
Ends of half, beginnings of the new half, big times,
Some of the best I've seen in high school football.
2 receivers right, Arnold's under center with 2 backs behind him. Option look, pitch out, can he get the corner? Makes the 30 and maybe a little bit more. A nice physical run by Jules Davila there.
He really made 3 yards after first contact and turned that into a decent gain.
They spot him at the 30.
Defensive back for Woodford did a good job of playing off. He was blocked. He played off and spilled the ball at the sideline. But nice run by number 27.
A 3:22. He went out of bounds, so 2nd and 5 with the clock stopped.
2nd down and 5.
Boy, they're huddling right on top of the line. Arnold just brought the play in about 2 yards from the line of scrimmage. Trips left. That's the open side. Arnold looks. Pressure comes. He escapes and runs forward. Maybe got a yard, but a flag comes in from the backside. Some great blitz pickup there by Luke Hatcher on the backside.
Yeah, I'm not sure what, unless they're going to claim for cut block, perhaps.
It looked pretty clean from here, but
definitely on South, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, they're backing up, so
yeah. It must have been a hold inside.
Say a hold. Yeah, it wasn't Hatcher because Hatcher peeled and did a great job. There was pass rush coming on the blind side of Arnold, and Hatcher just took care of it.
He did. Excellent play by the quarterback also. That he was going to throw that quick shoot route again behind the line of scrimmage. Saw it was covered, pulled it down, and ran. And had the penalty not happened, at least you get back to the line of scrimmage.
Instead, 2nd and 15, 3:08, and the clock rolls. 12-7. South with the lead. 1 receiver spread out wide. And now some late shifts. Looks like everybody's going to the right. Everything is right. Yep. Arnold in the gun. And they run it inside, and not much there. Hatcher picked up a yard, maybe 2. Call it 2. Looked like they might go with a little sweep action there with Miles, but they kept it inside.
Well, they traded twice, and Woodford didn't move, so they probably just stayed with their original call. Sometimes in those situations, you have a check with me. They move, you run here. They don't move, you run this. Mm-hmm. And they moved twice, and nobody moved.
McKee on the tackle for Woodford. And that clock runs, and that is no small part of all this. 2:15 in the half. As Arnold comes back with his play. It's 3rd and 13 at the 38.
And the key to this is, too, South gets the ball first. So if you get points here and then you get it back third quarter, Bill Belichick to a T. Seems to be a lot of confusion on this play, though.
Yeah. Arnold is going to go under. Well, no whistles blow, and we're going to have a stoppage. Timeout South. We'll take the break as well. 12-7, 1:53 to go in quarter two here on Glycod.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
12-7, but a big play here on 3rd and long, and see if they can get to a point where either they can convert or they can get to a 4th and manageable, and see if the Dragons can put up some more points or at least keep the Yellow Jackets off the field for the final 1:53.
But no matter what happens, you had a half, you won it. So you want to avoid disaster here, go in 12-7, you get the ball first, win the third quarter like we talked about. I would suspect, Coach Sams is thinking here, try to get a first down.
Got one receiver out wide to the left. Everybody else is bunched in pretty tight. Arnold, low snap. He sets to throw. They got a screen. It's caught. 35. Can Miles break free? He can. 20, 15, 10, 5. And did he get there? He's right at the pylon. Touchdown. Yes. Took a minute. Longer to get the call than to get the play. Nicely done, Julian Miles.
I see a flag. So something may have happened down there, maybe sideline interference, something of that nature, because it did come a little bit late. I didn't see anybody down there to block that could have held or anything.
Yeah.
Again, what an excellent job of getting the ball to your playmaker. They're getting the ball in so many different ways, and that's hard to defend. And he is an excellent player.
There is a penalty flag down the
This may be a sideline issue. Maybe somebody ran into the official or something, and they're talking a lot too. So I didn't see anybody blocking down there.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see.
They're trying to sort something out. So
if it stands, it's a 38-yard touchdown. It's a little cross action, and once he caught it, he broke one tackle.
Yep, crossing pattern, and he was man-to-man, and once he beat his man, and he turned, and I tell you, he's got great ability to get straight upfield when he wants to, and that makes a big difference. Yeah, this is really interesting.
I'm always leery the longer it takes.
Yeah, what happened here?
Are we going to get a clarification? A personal foul on South.
Okay, so it's after the
but
touchdown.
It's after the touchdown. Okay.
Personal foul penalty.
I knew something had to occur afterwards because the flag was right on the sideline, right at the 2-yard line, and nobody was down there other than Julian at the time.
On it, that could be a big penalty because it'll move it out on the kickoff, and there's still a minute 38.
All right, looks like they're going to take the penalty right now.
No, they're going to do the penalty on the extra point, which is a little curious to me.
Always confuses me what you can do with this.
I would think the 15 on the kickoff would be much more significant than a point, whether it's an 11 or a 12-point game.
That's what you'd want. You'd want the short field to try to score.
Correct. But may not be able to. Yeah,
you still have two timeouts. But I don't. Again, do you have a choice? I never could figure the rules out.
They're not even going to kick. They're just going to run a play here. So it's 18-7, an extra point. We're about the 18-yard line. Arnold's going to throw. Takes a shot. It's incomplete. So that'll be the 2-point play. But it'll be 18-7, 1:38 to go in quarter number 2. We'll be right back here on Glycod.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden.
Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
So the long 2-point attempt, no good. It's 18-7. Still kind of confused. If it were a choice, I would think the 15 yards on the kickoff is infinitely more valuable.
No doubt. You've short field and you've got big playability. I agree.
Instead, Arthur kicks. It's a pop-up. It hits in bounds. That's a live ball. And I think that Woodford just covered it up at the 26.
What an excellent kick, and South almost recovered it.
That was a golf shot kick right there. It just hit at the 26 and stopped right there.
Those kind of kicks give you nightmares when you're a head coach.
Yeah. Wyatt Peters, the man able to cover it, but probably good fortune that he could, because
so Woodford has the ability to score here, no doubt. So
yeah.
South needs to dial in, not let this happen. Go in at half, up, and get the ball.
Up 11, trying to preserve that 2-score lead. 18-7, minute 36. Wertzler's got 2 wideouts each way. Sets his feet, throws left, caught up near the 30, and out of bounds right there. Omari Jointer, who had the nice touchdown grab less than 2 minutes into the game. This time it's a catch for about 4.
So for the first time, South just ran a blitz. They brought the middle linebacker through the B gap.
Dixon on the stop, 2nd and 6.
And we have officials talking again.
You're telling him, I think that's a get-back warning.
My cousin's an official. His name's Scott Jaggers, and when he saw us doing the game, he said, I better not hear anything about the officials. I said, I never criticized them when I was coaching, Scott.
Of course not.
Never said a word.
Our judgment is as fine as theirs. 2nd and 6 up at the 30. 2 receivers each way. Wertzler to throw. Got some time. Takes a deep shot. Hangs in the air. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Mekhi Smith. And a nice throw. I mean, did a good job. Put it where it was either going to be Smith or it was going to hit the turf.
Yeah, well defended by South. Two defenders there.
Kern on the coverage there. 3rd down and 6. Trips right this time. That's the open side of the field. Wertzler to throw. He's got all kinds of time. Sets, fires, caught. 1st down up to the 40, 45, and near midfield, where they're able to converge on Wyatt Crow and take him down.
That was the back out of the backfield and what's called a Texas route. So he comes out in the flats or by the tackle, he goes back over the middle. And that's been there the last few drives. And South drops out to play, not let anybody get behind them.
Jones at tackle, 1st and 10, their own 49. Minute 5, looking to throw. Wertzler gets flushed out late and has to cut out of bounds. Gained a yard or 2. We'll see where they mark him. Maybe not even that. Yeah, back to the line of scrimmage.
Smart to run out of bounds. Save your timeout.
Yep.
Still have 2 with 58 seconds.
Say they got 2, so yeah, no gain. 2nd down and 10. South tracked him down pretty well. Corbin J ran him out of bounds. 58 seconds. The clock is stopped now because of the out of bounds. 2 receivers each way. Woodford down 11. Wertzler drops. Got some time. Sets, rolls off right. Still rolling, might run, will run, 50, 45, slides down at about the 43, and flags come in. And it's going to be a late hit on Davis Larson. I don't think he had any ill intent, but Wertzler slid, and he hit him when he slid.
I think sliding surprised him a little bit.
Yeah, you don't see that a lot in the high school
I was about
game.
to say he needs to run out of bounds, but in the end it worked out because he got 15 yards out of it.
Yeah.
They need to be up on the ball and ready to go unless they call timeout.
Down at the 44, so it'll put it at the 29. 48 seconds on the clock, so yeah, when they're ready. Yeah, there it is, 29-yard line, 48 seconds.
I'm not sure why you wouldn't be on the ball ready to go here.
They're not. They're just jogging in, and there's the clock. And no, apparently the penalty stops it. So it isn't moving, 48 seconds. First and 10, trips right. Whistles blow, and it's going to be a timeout, ironically enough, for Woodford County. We'll take that break as well. 18-7, the South leading the Woodford on the drive. Late in the second here on Glycod.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
(18-7), 48 seconds. You're definitely thinking get in there with that 2-score lead if you can. On the board, they've charged the timeout to South Oldham, but in real time, I thought it was Woodford.
I thought they pointed Woodford, but
yeah. So Woodford has at least one and possibly 2 timeouts. We'll have to see how it plays out. They're at the 29. Trips right, which is the short side for Justice Wurtzler. He sends Taylor across formation, keeps it himself. Wurtzler's got all kinds of time. Still waiting. Now he's chased. Now on the sideline he's hit, and did he go down inbounds or out of bounds? That was wild. Right at the 33-yard line, they're going to say he's out of bounds with 35 seconds.
Well, he got spun, and he started to go back out, and he realized to get out of bounds to stop the clock. A little bit confused on the route package. They put the trips, as you pointed out, into the boundary, and then they tried to run a post wheel out of it with a route going over the middle, like a crossing route. But you want to do that from the wide side. So I think they probably flipped the formation back because you had nowhere to throw the ball.
Second and 14 after that 4-yard loss. Back to the 33. Dawson on the takedown. 35 seconds. 33-yard line. Wurtzler 2 wideouts each way. Big rush here. Dropped it off. 30, 25, 20. And down to the 17-yard line goes Wyatt Crow.
Screen pass, excellent call. Get a big rush, push them on by, and throw the screen underneath.
26 seconds. And we're going to have another timeout. We'll keep it here. No, we will. We will take that break. 18-7, 26 seconds. Be right back here on Glycod.
Blinds are wet, not just blinds. Blinds are wet, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
26 seconds. That timeout definitely called by Woodford. Scoreboard still reflects that they have the one remaining timeout. First down at the 17. We use Crow a lot out of the backfield here. Empty set this time. Trips right. Wurtzler got all kinds of time. Still just standing there waiting. Now scrambling off right. Now stops. And they miss him in the backfield. He throws late. He's got a man open. It's a touchdown. Just threw it into the back of the end zone. Nicely done. Jalen Johnson just danced, and then it came free.
Yeah, he definitely made that happen. Kept finding the way to get away from the rush and then found the receiver.
He's thrown 2 picks. It's not been a game for his personal highlight reel, but that was a heck of a play by Justice Wurtzler.
He made some smart plays on that drive.
They're going to go for 1, which is interesting to me. 2 would make it a 3-point game. But all the math. Snaps there, kicks out of there, and it's good. 18-14, 13 seconds. We'll keep it here this time. Now that's a tough break. The pass rush almost got home, but Wurtzler, I got to give credit to that offensive line. They're giving him all kinds of time back there.
And he knows when to escape the pocket, too. He does a good job of escaping when he needs to and moving around, and that makes it even harder rushing.
Yep. Well, Woodford with the opening drive and what will probably, barring something crazy in the last 13 seconds, be the closing drive of the half, and South controlled the middle. So 18-14, 13 seconds left. I would imagine, barring something titanic in the kick return game, that South will either take a knee or just run the ball with something pretty conservative and say,
you don't want to make a mistake and not have the lead.
Right.
And again, we talked about they're an excellent halftime adjustment team and an excellent third quarter team, so you're still in the lead.
Yeah.
And you get the ball. So
I think they would have taken that at the outset if you'd offered them that opportunity, even if the late touchdown does put a little bit of a bad taste in your mouth. 13 seconds. Ford is the kicker for Woodford. He advances on it. It's a high kick, but it's well shy of the end zone. And off the return, 15-20, 25-30, and not a ton there. Julian Miles just, I think, kind of thought, let's just be careful and safe and not mess anything up in these last 13 seconds.
Mr. Everything, tailback, returner.
Yeah, he could be tired. I mean, he is only human. Tuckett and Darland hemmed him in.
Expect to take a knee here, or at worst, run a dive, but.
And we'll see. Arnold's under center. He's got a wideout each way, 7 seconds, and he does take a knee. So that will take us to halftime. Again, Woodford strikes first and last, but 3 times in the middle. The South Oldham Dragons reach the end zone, and they take an 18-14 advantage into the locker room. We'll be back to recap that first half, get you ready for the second half. Don't you go anywhere. It's Friday Night Football here on Glycod.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit OperationParent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Watterson Trail in Louisville.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Find out how to recycle or dispose of any item with Waste Wizard at oldhamcountyky.gov.
18-14, South Oldham. Bit of a surprise here with the lead. Of course, not too big of a surprise. There's the number 3 and the number 2 RPI teams in the state in 5A, and it's been pretty daggum competitive, Coach.
Very physical, very competitive. We've seen a couple turnovers, which we hadn't seen before out of Woodford, and that's made the difference.
Yeah, it's been big. Wertzler has been incredibly efficient this season, has done some nice things, a couple of touchdowns there in the first half, but a couple of interceptions as well. And you know, there's an element of you create your own luck. One of those interceptions was a tipped ball that the defenders were just hustling and getting to the right spot. The other, Wertzler just threw it right to the linebacker. So maybe it's a little bit of both. Maybe you force them into mistakes, and maybe they give you the occasional mistakes. So that whatever it is, I'm sure South would be quite happy to take that as a winning formula tonight.
And that's what we said they needed to do, and they've done it. They've created 2 turnovers, and it gives them a 4-point lead at halftime.
And, you know, equally impressive, off the 2 turnovers came 2 short fields, and it helps the offense. Once took over at the 2 and had a quarterback sneak for the 2-yard score on the next play. And then the other time they took over around the 38-yard line and were able to eventually cash that possession in. So, you know, it's been a game where South has been pretty efficient, pretty effective with the game plan so far.
Well, I think if you're Coach Sams, you're pleased, other than that last drive before half, you're pleased with what you've done. You've kept the ball away from Woodford. You've limited the big play per se. You know, they had the big catch and then at the end of the half there. But in between, even when you haven't scored, you've held the ball and you've gotten first downs. And the biggest one was when it was 7-0. You don't go 3 and out and you drive.
Yep.
And that really made a difference. So he has to be pretty pleased right now.
It really did make a difference. And we appreciate all of our folks bringing you those scores that you've seen throughout the night. And tonight's scoreboard is presented by Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions. Clarity for your financial future. That's Robin Lawson, Financial Solutions. Step away for another break, and we'll come back and recap the scoring from that first half and get you ready for the second half. It is homecoming here at South Oldham, and so far it's a happy homecoming evening. The Dragons with an 18-14 lead over Woodford County. You're listening to Glycod.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future. Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
And we're back. Halftime. Homecoming court comes and goes. We've got a winner. We'll bring you that information, too. I've got my spotter, Ryan Cox, on the case for us right now. But before we go any farther, let's talk about that first half scoring. And tonight's scoring summary is presented by German American Bank, building our community together. Of course, we talked about it, Coach. It was Woodford at the first and the last. They opened with a 42-yard touchdown catch for Omari Jointer from Wurtzler. A one-handed grab in the end zone and took 1:27 seconds to get there forward with the extra point, 7-0. Kind of a sinking feeling for South Oldham at that point.
Yeah, you've done what you said you didn't want to do, give up the big play right away. Yeah. And it was a quick drive and a great catch.
And then probably the drive that turns the game, because South Oldham not only comes down the field and scores, they took 7 minutes and 25 seconds off the clock. And Evan Hickerson took it in from 6 yards out. The extra point was no good, but that made it 7-6 with 3:08, and even more than the score. It just changed the complexion of the football game.
If South wins the game, you can go back to that drive and say that was the turning point, because if you go 3 and out there, give them the ball back, and they go up 14-0, could be a long night.
Yep. Instead, shortly thereafter, an interception. Caleb Jones picked a pass off a deflection around the 35 or 40-yard line, took it all the way back to the 2 on the next play. Arnold, 2-yard quarterback. I guess I called it a sneak. It was a draw. He dropped back and then sprinted in. But 20 seconds later, South takes the lead, 12-7 at that point. 2-point attempt was no good. And then another interception. Davis Larson just sits in the flat, and ball comes right to him.
Win sudden change. Coaches preach it all the time, and that's what they did on both those drives.
And shortly before the half, a big play. It was on a 3rd down, and Julian Miles caught a short crossing route, made one man miss, and from there it was to the house. 38 yards for Miles on the pass from Arnold. There was a penalty after the touchdown, so the extra point went from the 18 South went for two, didn't get it. It was 18-7, 1:38 to go in the half. And then just before halftime, Jalen Johnson able to get free in the right corner of the end zone. Quarterback Wertzler dropped back and sat and scrambled and sat and scrambled a little more and sat a little more. And then at the last second, Johnson came open, found him 17 yards away. Ford's extra point makes it 18-14. That one was with 13 seconds left in the half.
And he made some excellent plays on that drive. Smart plays, keeping the ball alive, running out of bounds, so on and so forth. And then really nice play on the last one.
So do have the information to share here. Our homecoming prince was Corbin Laster. The homecoming princess was Ellen Bayer. I'm old school. We didn't have those things in my day, Coach. But the king is Samuel Estrada and the queen, Abby Kate. That Walker or Wallace? Walker. Okay. My son may have inherited my handwriting, so I had to clarify that before I presented as fact. But congrats to those folks. Memorable night, and one that will only be more memorable for the Dragons if they can keep momentum going here in the second half. We are going to step aside, have some words from our sponsors again, and then on the other side, get you ready for that second half. 18-14, South Oldham with the lead, but a lot of football to be played here on Glycod.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash. When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Still halftime, 18-14, a longer halftime than usual because of the homecoming festivities. During the break, looking at the schedule, Woodford County's got a tough road to hoe still after tonight. They play Collins, they go to Scott County, they play Anderson County, and then they finish the regular season at Ballard. So, some work left to be done there.
Well, Scott County is always good, been good forever with Coach McKee there, and so that's obviously a district game also. Collins, an excellent program, won a state championship just 7-8 years ago, so can't overlook them. And Ballard's not as good this year as they've been. New coach, new staff, but it's still Ballard, and still a 6A Jefferson County team that presents you a lot of problems.
Absolutely. The remaining schedule for South, they've already played one more game. So coming out of here, they go to Scott County next week, North Bullitt at home the week after that. That's the final regular season home game, and then at Collins the following week, and they conclude the regular season then with a week off. They're finished in the month of October, as I'd alluded to before the game. Hard to believe, but getting down the stretch, of course, in district play tonight, South Oldham comes in 1-0 off of their prior win, and Scott County 1-0. So Woodford sitting in the middle. They didn't have any district competition, and then Anderson County and Collins both came into tonight 0-1. So,
well, again, Scott County still left, which obviously, as you said, the tradition of them winning. And then again, Collins and South have played each other for a long time, so they know each other well.
And I mentioned earlier the top 10 RPI in 5A, Woodford number 2, South Oldham number 3 coming in. I imagine there's a good chance if this result holds that those two would flip, but the math's probably above my head either way. Cooper is the number 1 team in the state in RPI in 5A. The rest of the top 10, South Warren, Connor, Atherton, Owensboro, Graves County, Bowling Green. It kind of surprised me that they're as low as number 9, but there they sit. And then Highlands is number 10. But
to hear Highlands and Bowling Green 9 and 10 and Atherton at 5 or 6, whatever it was, you're like, what?
Yeah,
so,
right.
But what a great job Nino Brown's done at Atherton, just getting them better and better all the time. So,
it is always a point of emphasis to see those programs that, maybe historically have been strong and then have been down. But that's one that, they've done some impressive things. But, you got to figure there's some shifts that will still occur in the RPI. But, it's a big deal. The RPI thing really does matter, because when those postseason games come along, boy, if you're South Oldham, you'd much rather play a Bowling Green, up here than down there.
Well, you get that third round, it all based on your RPI. So you beat teams higher and not lose the teams lower. And I, as a coach, I like it because you didn't have to play the same people in the playoffs every year.
Yeah,
it gives you some hope to play somebody different, and they're better than you. It's a neutral, or it's a new game, and they don't know you as well.
Right.
You play the same people over and over, they know you.
Right.
So I was excited when they did that, actually, as a coach.
Yeah, the only real criticism I have of the system, and I've heard this from a couple of coaches, this is all secondhand, so I suppose it's hearsay, but by all accounts, the system doesn't account for those out-of-state games very well, and there are a lot of teams.
Correct, and particularly when you get to St. X Trinity Mayo, you have to play some out-of-state teams to balance themselves. And,
right.
I mean, even South, their first game was a loss to a really good Ohio team.
Yeah.
But, a really good one. So how would that figure in RPI? So Trinity's playing Cincinnati St. X tonight, who's a really good team. If you beat them, doesn't figure in.
Right, so that doesn't seem entirely fair. And to be brutally honest, most of the Kentucky teams are punching up when they go out of state. I mean, Ohio, I think, has more power programs than Kentucky. Indiana, it would be debatable, but most of these teams, when they play out-of-state teams, they're not playing the little sisters of the poor here. They're trying to get some competition.
No, when I was at Manual, we played 2, and they both escaped me now, but they were in the state championship game 2 years in a row, both of them. I thought, man, could we make it a little easier? We actually beat one of them one year. You play an Ohio team out of Cincinnati. Most of the time, you're playing a better team. Even if you're St. X Trinity and Mail, you're playing a better team. Yep. And South, of course, lost that game, but it's just different football there.
Right.
Let's be honest. So, and then the Indiana team, Cedar Grove, Carmel, Indiana. A big team.
Yeah, they've got some power, certainly.
And that tends who people play are those people.
Yeah. Well, the team's back on the field. We're ready for the second half. Woodford's going to kick it off. They're going to kick left to right. South with the lead and the momentum and about to get the football.
Well, let's see if the third quarter adjustments and dominance that South has had over the past few years that I've been familiar with continues.
Yeah.
If it does, South's going to be in really good shape in this game.
Logan Ford is going to kick it away. Woodford in the white shirts and yellow pants, white helmets. South in all green. It's a pooch kick, and it's caught at the 40-yard line by South. Interesting.
Interesting, because he's kicked 2 in the end zone.
Yeah, just I don't know if that was supposed to be an onside. It was right at the player who caught it, so the execution wasn't there. I don't know if that's just...
maybe you don't want Julian Miles to return it again.
Right, possibly.
But that guy's a good kicker. He could probably place it somewhere, but that's why I'm sitting up here now.
Jules Davila caught it at the 40, and South will go on the attack there. 4-point lead as we open the second half. Shotgun with a wide out each way for Ethan Arnold. No, actually one of those ways the guy's out of the
that
game.
should be a penalty. South broke the huddle with 12 people.
Run it with Arnold on the backside. He picks up 5, 6, 7. Nice physical run. I don't think the official saw the receiver leave the game.
Got away with one there because they had 12 people in the huddle and 12 people lined up and then realized it. And so
snuck him off.
Snuck him off. And good gain there and option play, and he kept it 7 yards.
Dumas on the tackle for Woodford. So 2nd and 3 on this opening series of the second half. The Dragons bring it to the line. One receiver wide to the left, which is the open side. Arnold's under center. Arnold hands it inside, and there's nothing doing. Picked up about a yard. That's Hatcher on the carry.
So we're seeing what we kind of expected. Going to run their offense, control the ball, keep that offense from Woodford from being able to get those big plays.
Hodge on the stop for Woodford, 3rd and 2 now. South on their own 48, got to reach the midfield stripe. 10:52 in quarter 3 and the clock rolling. Arnold's in the gun this time. He's got 2 receivers left. One back to his right. He now goes across. He handed off Hatcher, and he didn't get it. He might have gotten a yard, but he did not get 2. I think. Oh, come on! So the ball. Some wrestling late in the play there.
Well, generally when you twist and throw someone down, you get that call. But it wasn't super malicious, but boy, it looked like it from here. So the native's a little restless. A little bit surprised if he goes for this, I'll be honest, but maybe try to draw him off sides also.
It was no gain. Hodge on the stop, 4th and 2 at the 48. And as yet, the offense on the field, they haven't reset the timeouts.
We call this the minus 48 because you're behind the 50. So
right.
A little bit surprised that he's going to do this, unless it's just trying to draw him off sides.
Need a full 2. Arnold's under center. 2 backs behind him. I believe it's Hatcher and Miles. He's going. Option look, and Arnold, it's close. I think he got it. I think he's going to get it. Yep, he did.
Extra effort at the end, got it. Option keep, and he was able to follow up in their hole and find the first down.
Got just across the 50. I saw the outside official telling the chain gang, come on. Yeah, there's the confirmation. First down, balls across midfield. Well, it was close. Didn't get it by a
the
lot.
Woodford County sideline certainly does not agree, but it did look like his forward momentum got him there. And gutsy call there by Coach Sams. I have to admit, Coach Brown would have punted that ball, but again, that's why I'm sitting up here.
First down on the midfield stripe. Dragons with the lead in the ball. 18-14, 9:05 left in quarter number 3. 2 receivers to the left, which is the open side. Arnold does a 180 and throws a one-hopper into the dirt. Well, that was open. It wasn't going to be a big gain, but
something was the formation looked wrong, and then they were confused. So I'm not. They're even talking to each other in huddle now, so a little bit of confusion there. But that just puts you behind the chain, 2nd and 10. So
throwing it at Madsen, but he was open. Again, it wasn't going to be a big gain, even if he completed it.
I think it was supposed to be some type of fake screen out here, and then throw back to him with one man pulling out the block for him, and it just didn't work out that way.
Right. 2nd and 10, 8:57 to go, quarter number 3.
But if you're Coach Sams, you're probably thinking 3 downs to get it because I've already went once. Why not go again? So.
One receiver wide to the left. Arnold under center. Arnold Hands it off. It's Miles, and he gains about 2, down to the 48 or so. Or, I'm sorry, Hickerson on the carry. Evan Hickerson.
8 yards to go.
3rd and 8. Yeah, I'm with you. I think it's very possibly 4-down territory, particularly if you can gain half or so of the 8 that you need.
Well, now you're at the plus 48, so you're on your side of the 50. You would assume you'd go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But also it depends on what happens here.
I believe it was 3rd and 13 when they hit a 38-yard touchdown pass in the second quarter. That one took care of that little dispute, or whether you were going to go for it. You get the whole thing, it's a lot easier. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Arnold in the gun. Hatcher beside him. And flag flies. Delay a game.
Seems to be a little bit of confusion in the play calls this so far. The players are even talking to each other after each play. So.
Oh, no. Now they're going to say timeout.
You got the timeout in time.
All right, so timeout, 18-14, 8:02 to go, quarter 3 here on Glycod.
Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
So still 3rd and 8. Looked like it was going to be delay a game, but a timeout instead. 8:02 to go, quarter number 3. South with the lead in the ball, but need some territory here on 3rd and 8. 1 receiver wide left. Arnold looking right. Might scramble, he will. 45. He's near the marker. Let's see where they spot him. He is very close. I think he's going to be just short.
Nice play there, brother. Making the dive to try to get the first down.
From here, 4th down and a yard. 41-yard line is where they spotted. Chris Reed closed on him for Woodford. Obviously, you'd assume go for it here.
He did last time, so why not this time?
Yeah, 4th and 2 on your own side. It's 4th and 1 on the other side. Yeah. So 4-point lead. First possession of the second half. Ethan Arnold's got his play in. He's in the gun. He's got 2 receivers left, 1 right, and then kind of a wing back who goes in motion. They give it. That's Miles. First down, 40, 35, still working, makes the 31-yard line. Boy, it's easy when you can hand it to that guy.
Well, again, doing an excellent job of getting the ball to him. That's that flat motion, jet sweep as you call it. And then he just bends it in the alley and finds the alley. When you're playing man-to-man, you run those 2 guys off. There's nobody left.
10-yard pickup, first down. Shegog on the stop for Woodford. But the Dragons, the first down at the 31. Arnold's got 2 receivers right, 1 left. Keeps it himself off the left side down to about the 27, so that moves it forward 3 or 4.
So now you run the same play, and the quarterback keeps it off the backside. So, again, assignment football, make Woodford play with their eyes a little bit, not be able to run to the ball.
Ash and Allen on the stop. Give him 4, 2nd and 6 down at the 27.
I would expect you might see a play action off that soon. Try to take advantage of it since they've been so successful with that flat motion sweep.
From the 27, bunched in tight. Hatcher in the gun beside Allen. Allen keeps it, and he's near the first down. I think he got it. We'll have to see where they unpile it, but he's down not too far from the 20-yard line. Looks like a first down.
Same play.
And it is. Hodge on the tackle for Woodford, but not until. Ball goes across the 22-yard line. And a first down there.
Sounds like some of the fans agree with the philosophy down there. So.
Yeah, we'll do a little adjusting here to try to prevent them from joining us as unofficial third or fourth members of the booth. So, first down at the 22.
A little different look here. We got a 3-by-1 trips look.
Right. Everybody's off on the right. It's Miles. Can he cut it up? Makes it 15. He's down not far from the first down. Looks like a gain of 8 or 9 there. But flags.
Change the formation, 3-by-1 look, and then run outside zone to it. So like good schematics by Coach Sams. And Miles is really good at getting vertical when he needs to get vertical.
Flag kind of inside here. Looks like it's down around the 15, so we'll have to. Spotter on the spot says Sturgis with a shove after the play for Woodford. That's his guess as to what we're looking at. And I think he got it spot on.
Excellent spotter.
You got to get up pretty early in the morning to fool old Ryan Cox. First down.
Well, this is exactly what the doctor ordered for South, if they can punch it in. And again, here's that third quarter.
Yeah.
That third quarter, win the third quarter halftime adjustment that they're so good at.
And they've already eaten up over half of the quarter. First and goal at the 7. Arnold, he's under center. He's got an eye behind him. Miles is dotting it. One receiver each way on the outside. Arnold gives Miles, shoves his way for a yard, maybe. Not much.
They tried to run a little bit of a counter play there, and they missed the block on the front side, so they had somebody in the hole right away. And to your point, the big thing is we're down to 5 minutes in this quarter already.
Yeah. Just eating the clock.
You couldn't ask for anything better. You have to score here, though.
Yeah.
You've got to score. At least the field goal. At least make it 21. But, man, the touchdown really helps you. But again, because you got such big playability on the other sideline.
Right. Allen on the stop. Second and goal at the 7, so he didn't get anything that time. Arnold's in the gun this time. Everybody's off to the left. That's the open side. 3 receivers that way. A man comes across that way. He's got it. Can he get the corner? Trying to get there. Inside the 5, inside the end zone. That's Miles, and he took it in. 7-yard score, Julian Miles.
So flat motion, jet sweep again, and here's what he did that was so excellent there. There was penetration, but when he got the ball, he bubbled 2 steps and got an angle to the sideline. He was able to get around all that penetration.
Yeah.
That's really hard to teach kids to do that. They want to run flat. Excellent job by him to bubble, gain that edge, and beat that penetration around the edge.
You know, he's fast, but he's patient. He knows how to take his time, and he'll set up the burst of speed. He'll just kind of jog along until it's time to go.
I'm not sure about 2 here, but again.
Leads 10, so you're going for 2. Arnold keeps it himself, and it looks like he's there. He is.
Now, when you get it, it's a perfect call.
There you go. 26-14. 4:45 to go in quarter number 3 here on Glycod.
Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy and Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for Coach Kane Sams and the South Oldham Dragons. 7 minutes and 15 seconds, 8 points.
Yeah, you can't get any better than that. And that last play down there, it looked like the same play they've been running, but it was actually a different play. You pull the guard and you run the quarterback with a lead puller up in there also.
Arthur, pop-up kick. It's caught, but flags fly. Has to be that South was offside.
Yeah, I think he missed that kick. I don't think he meant to do that. They were offside. So I can't imagine you would pop-up kick here and give him the ball at midfield, but again, I could be wrong.
Well, he'll try it again from 5 yards further back. So,
did you see the Michigan-Minnesota offside call?
Yeah.
There's another camera angle where he looks offside by 2 yards.
It's got
it's crazy,
to make you sad when you see that the league say, well, we're going to put a different look on that so we can get that right next time.
Yeah, and then there's another angle he looks offside. It's crazy, but
yeah. It's a lot going on in a short span of time, but it's a big one you got to get. He does the exact same thing. It's a pop-up, and it's caught at the 50-yard line. So
I have to admit I'm a bit curious about that, but
yeah, I mean they're obviously trying to avoid the big play, but at the same time, it's not a lot of big plays that are going to go farther than the midfield stripe. So I can only guess they're trying to hit it like they did the one that was nearly recovered, where you kick that ball about 20 yards further and off to the side. But
yeah, that would be my guess, but
didn't happen.
You don't want them at the midfield. That's the thing.
Yeah, 1st and 10 at the 50. 2 receivers each way. Wertzler to throw. Slings it. Caught. 46-yard line. Turns up. Taken down there.
I think we're going to have a face mask on that.
Yeah, I wondered about that. It looked like in real time that happened, but I'm not seeing a flag. So
I think it's over on the sideline again.
Okay, it is.
Where the last one hit, Joe.
It is, yep.
Yeah. They've made them hard to spot tonight.
Dickamore on the tackle, but
well, Woodford's doing now what we talked about taking that short throw because it's there, 5 yards, 6 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you do that a few times, then you can look for something deep.
Well, in between the penalty, the pop-up kick, and now the face mask penalty, Woodford is almost in the red zone already. So, yeah, they're spotting it at the 30. So, just like that. Haven't even really had to do anything for it, but Yellow Jackets 1st and 10 at the South Oldham 30. 4:40 in the quarter. 26-14 South. They run it backside across the 30. Out of bounds over around the 25-yard line. That was Jaden Shegog on the carry.
First run into the boundary, I remember, out of Woodford, so.
Yeah, haven't really shown that. Caleb Jones on the stop. Call it a gain of 4. They spotted him out at the 26. 4:14 and the clock rolling. Now it's Woodford kind of taking their time a little bit.
Yeah, they're huddling too.
Yeah.
We got 2 teams huddling. That's a rarity in football nowadays.
We come down to 4 minutes. 2nd and 6 at the 26. Wertzler's got 2 receivers right now. He runs Shegog off the backside again, and he's got a crease. 20, 15, 10. Taken down at about the 7. Boy, he was just tiptoeing down that left sideline and making some time.
Well, the last one was an outside zone play. On that one, it was actually what's called pin and pull. You pin down and then you pull 2 linemen. So they brought motion across to bring a guy across, and then they pulled to gain numbers over there. And he did a nice job of finding the sideline and finding some yards. It didn't look like anything was there.
No. So Anthony Dixon had to catch him at the 10. 1st and goal. 10-yard line. Woodford. Shegog backside, gets out of one tackle, trying to break free again. Grabbed by the jersey, and I think he made it down to the 4 or the 5. He's running strong.
Very strong. He's got some good juice, as they would say to him. Immediate penetration, he was able to bounce off that and then found some yards.
Yeah, only 14 carries for 132 yards on the year for Shegog, but he's getting the call here. He was taken down at the 5, 2nd and goal there. 3 minutes to go in quarter number 3. 12-point lead for South Oldham, but Woodford knocking on the door. Wertzler keeps it himself, left side, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Justice Wertzler, quick answer, but with a short field, it can go quickly.
And what's interesting, 1 pass, all runs. So Coach Johnson says, you want to play that game? We can play it too.
They have their own second half adjustments. 26-20 now, so extra point forthcoming for Ford, apparently. Yeah. Snaps there, kick is out of there. It's long enough, and it's good. 26-21. The South Oldham lead, 2:44 to go, quarter number 3 here on Glycod.
Lines are wet, not just blinds. Lines are wet, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
So Woodford answers back, cuts their deficit to 26-21. Very short drive that they were able to cash in a hurry.
The opposite of what South likes to do, but that's exactly what Woodford needed to do. And the important thing about that is the way they did it, as we said.
Yeah, establishing that
one
run.
pass and then running the ball.
Ford to kickoff, advances on it, kicks it away this time. And there's nobody back there, and it hits about 3 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback.
So, again, South, drive the ball. You don't necessarily have to score, but possess the ball, keep it away from that offense. Can't give them a short field. That's very obvious after the last drive.
Yeah. So South will start at their own 20. 2:44 to go in quarter number 3. They lead 26-21. Arnold's under center. 2 receivers to the left. Option look, pitches it back. Got some room. 20, 25, 28, 30, 31, maybe even 32 for Julian Miles. A first down right there.
I mean, he turned a 2-yard gain into a nice first down run. He is really nifty.
Sturgis on the stop. But yeah, he can do more with the fake, with the stutter step, than a lot of people could do just downhill running.
Yeah, he put both feet in the ground and literally stopped, and then that guy went flying by.
Well, first and 10 at the 31, 2:20 in the quarter. Arnold's under center. Keeps it off the option out to the 35, 36 even. So a nice read there by the quarterback, Ethan Arnold.
So that they call that the QB follow. He puts it in and follows him up in the hole, and they have found yards on that tonight.
Second and 5 at the 36, minute 53 now in quarter number 3. Dragons taking their time. They've got the lead. They've got the ball. 26-21. Arnold's under center. One receiver wide to the left. Hands it inside. A nice hole there. First down for Hatcher out to the 44.
Seems that South Oldham's O-line is starting to win the bat a little more up front.
Yeah.
Getting on people and wearing Woodford down a bit. I mean, it's been some long drives where Woodford's been on the field. So
Hodge on the tackle for Woodford, but not until a first down for South Oldham out to their own 44. Now minute 20 in quarter number 3. Arnold's under center. One receiver out wide left. A pair of backs behind him and an eye. Gives it to the deep back. Hit in the backfield and slung down. Probably a loss of a yard on that one. Well played on Hickerson.
So this is what South has been really good so far, is once they're backed up and behind the chains, they've been able to get a first down. So
yeah, that's true. Allen on the tackle for Woodford. 45 seconds and the clock runs here in quarter number 3. Second and 11 at the 43. This next play could well be the final play of the quarter. We'll see how it plays out. Arnold's under center. He's got 2 wideouts right. Ball's pretty near the middle of the field. Arnold fakes it off the option, pitches right. Hickerson 45, 47, maybe the 48. He's cut down inbounds. And it's going to be a third down and a handful, apparently, when we start the fourth quarter. Yep. 10 seconds and the clock running. They spot the ball with 8. We'll see, but, yeah, they're not going to run another play.
This is the fourth quarter.
So we'll start quarter number 4 on third down and about 6. 26-21, South of the lead in the ball. Stay tuned here on Glycod.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Quarter number 4 has arrived at South Oldham student section, getting some prizes. They deserve it. They've been here. They've been rowdy. 3rd and 6, the Dragons on their own 48. Need a play to open quarter 4. Arnold's in the gun. He's got everybody on earth right. They run it with Hatcher and nothing doing. He might have gotten a yard, but he's well shy of the first down.
Your number is 63.
He must have been thinking he was going to go for it, just trying to pick up 3 or 4 yards. I have to say, I think I'd punt this one after the last Woodford County drive.
Allen on the tackle for Woodford. No indication yet of a punt. It's 4th and 6.
He's going to roll the dice and go for it. So
they're on their own 48. They've got to make the Woodford 46. Up 5 and gambling. 11:23 to play. Shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Arnold shifts Miles into the backfield. Now looks to the sideline. Do you want to go? And we're going to have a timeout, so it looks like probably not, but we will see what goes on. But first, a timeout. 26-21, 11:04 to play here on Glycod.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
And we're back. I think discretion is going to be the better part of valor here, and this is a punt.
Well, a little bit confused. If you're going to punt, take the penalty and don't lose your timeout. Now you got one timeout. Yeah, a little bit of strategy there, but
4th
again,
and 6.
every reason.
Get the snap. A very high punt, but not a very long punt. But it's going to hit at the 28 and takes a nice bounce for South inside the 20 and down. It's going to end up as a pretty good kick around the 17, 18-yard line.
What's interesting is the punter is Mr. Miles.
Yeah.
So you better be aware where he is with the ball. But
and he didn't take a real deep set with that.
No, he did not.
He took it, and it's like, is he going to run? And he just stopped and popped it up and gets a pretty favorable bounce out of it. Ends up being a 35-yard punt, flipping the field pretty well. 10:52 to go. Woodford back on the attack.
Well, obviously you need to hold them here. You're only up 5, but see if Woodford is patient and runs the ball or if they try to throw again.
Wertzler's in the gun. He's got 2 receivers each way. 1st and 10, call it the 18. Now 3 receivers to the right. Empty set, Wertzler. Big rush, looks like a screen. One of them backs out, and now he scrambles and gets back to the line. Might have gotten a yard, might not have gotten that. Well played that time.
Nice play by South Oldham's defense. They didn't over rush the screen, and he couldn't make the throw. I'm a little bit confused. You went down the field running the ball.
Yeah.
Why not do what you just did?
Instead, no gain. So 2nd and 10. Ball is on the 18. 10:22 to go. Clock still running. 5-point advantage. 2 receivers left, 1 right. For Wertzler and Woodford. Student section getting rowdy. They hand it off and nothing doing. Met in the backfield, and that time White Crow never could get going.
Well, it's interesting. Before the snaps, they rotated the safety down and filled the box, and then it's almost like they knew that was coming. May have been a key to that formation that they noticed that they're going to get that play, because South was definitely all over that one.
Yep.
They haven't ran safeties down all night, and both of them came down hard on that play into the box before the snap.
3rd and 10, Dawson on the stop, 9:40 in the game. Woodford down 26-21. They've got it 3rd and 10, their own 18. Empty set. Trips left. That's the open side for Justice Wertzler. He sets to throw. He's got time. He's going to take a deep shot. One-on-one out on the edge. It's incomplete, but it's going to be pass interference. Not a very difficult call, I don't think.
Well, I think South Oldham fans disagree, obviously, but yeah, he did impede his chance to go to the ball, and he looked late.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's hard because you got all your momentum going 100 miles an hour down the field, and then you got to try to stop. But that's not going to be it. And that'll move the sticks, 1st down. Puts it out to the 33, 9:15 to go, 1st down. Looking for the...
So overcome adversity here, make a play. You know, that you've been doing it all year, do it now.
Trips left, 2 receivers right, empty set, Wertzler. 1st and 10 at the 33. He drops, he sets, he's got time. Takes another deep shot down the right side, got his man out there, in and out of his hands, incomplete, nearly caught. It was a nice throw on the deep ball. He hit his guy in the hands, you can't do a lot more than that. I think that was Mackay Smith back there trying to catch it.
Well, he definitely had separation. He just didn't catch the ball.
And 2nd and 10 at 33 was Mackay Smith. They've done a good job with him. Haven't gotten to say his name very much tonight.
Well, I'm a little bit surprised at not doing what they did the series before, being patient, running the ball.
No, this feels like a drive with 2 minutes left instead of 9 minutes.
Yeah, you've abandoned what you were doing well, and you put yourself in the hole, 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10, 33, Wertzler drops. He's got all kinds of time. Now it breaks down on him. He throws at the last second downfield. It's caught, I believe, at the 36. If so, he got absolutely lit up, but I think the receiver managed to hold that. Yeah. What a play. Ran right into a tackle, but nicely
physical
done.
Play and still held on the ball, and the South kid looks like he may have hurt himself a little bit on the hit.
White Crow made the catch, 36-yard line. We've got a stoppage with that injury. 8:57 to play. Be right back here on Glycod.
Lines direct, not just lines. Lines direct, not just lines.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Applause as the injured player heading toward the sideline. Having trouble picking up a number. His jersey is hiked up pretty well.
I think it's 7.
Yeah, 7.
Adam Kern.
My guess as well.
Yeah.
Kern was the guy out there, and he made an impressive hit on the receiver, but the receiver had so much momentum going.
It was quite the collision, and he held on to the ball. So nice play again by the quarterback for Woodford. He is really good moving around and finding somebody to throw the ball to, and he throws it on the money when he's moving.
Yeah,
it's 2 really nice throws from him on the sideline, up the sideline, with people around him.
31 yards on that one. First down, Woodford at the South 36. 2 receivers each way. Crow in the backfield beside Wertzler, who drops to throw.
Screen.
Pressure. It's a screen to Crow. 30. And he makes a couple men miss. 25 down to about the 24, maybe even 23-yard line. Good patient play by Wyatt Crow.
It's interesting. Woodford's O-line you don't see this a lot anymore. They block the guy, and then they literally throw him up the field to release for the screen. That's one way. It hadn't been around, but they're good at it, and they're really good at it.
First down at the 23, 8:21 to go. South with a 5-point lead, but it's in jeopardy. Trips left for Woodford, 1 receiver back to the right. Wertzler in the gun. He's got it. He keeps it himself and slides down at about the 16-yard line. That's the second time we've seen him slide.
Yeah, at least nobody hit him this time.
That's true. I think he probably could have gone farther had he just taken the old head-first dive because there was nobody to hit him either way. But
well, had he given it, I think there was a lot of yards there too. So might actually been good he kept it.
17-yard line, quick play. They throw it over the middle, but whistles blow as we get started.
So that was going to be the RPO off that. So you had the zone run, then the zone read, and the RPO right in a row.
Ball start apparently here. That's it. And that looked like it was set up pretty well, and instead it's going to be 2nd and 9 now after the flag. Might be a big break there for the Dragons. Ball's back to the 22. Call it 2nd and 9. 7:32 in the ball game. South's up 5.
Yeah, if you're Coach Johnson, you've got a good field goal kicker also, so you got to get points here.
Trips left. Wertzler to throw. He's hit as he throws. He gets it up there. Did that receiver come down in bounds? Yes, he did. First down inside the 5. Wow. Nice catch there.
Really nice adjustment. Go to get the ball at the high point. The right guard did a good job of picking up some edge pressure, letting him get that ball off. But that was a nice play by the receiver.
Mekhi Smith got it from the 3. Wertzler keeps it left. He's hit. Yeah, he does get in. Okay, I didn't think he did, but on second effort, Wertzler is in the end zone, and Woodford takes the lead.
Well, he shows there when he wants to. He can put his shoulder down and get in the end zone. So the play before that was just an outstanding play by the receiver. He had to stop, jump back to come to the ball, high-pointed it, and was able to catch it. And again, Wertzler really throws well under pressure and on the move. You really want him moving more than you do in the pocket.
He seems more comfortable that way than with his feet
mistakes have been when he's in the pocket with time to throw.
So they're going to go for 2 because the lead is 1 here. 6:57 in the game. Wertzler's got 2 receivers each way. Takes his drop, sets, fires out there. It's caught, and it's 2. Smith again. So Woodford moves ahead 29-26. 6:57 to go. Well, no, hold on. I think we may have a flag on the play.
It's away from where the ball went.
Ball start, yeah, so wipe that 2 points off.
So that route there is a very difficult route to defend. It breaks like it's going to go to the back corner, and then it comes back to the front pylon. And if the timing's right and the route's right, it's really hard to stop. Trinity, Bob Beatty really brought that route to Kentucky, and now everybody's running it. I watched North score several times on it last year, but if it's executed, it is a very tough route to stop.
And Smith is such a big physical receiver.
Yeah.
We saw him make a great catch a minute ago.
When he goes back to go to the corner, or what they used to call the flag route, you got to go with him, and then he just bends back to the front pylon, and there's
Not
nobody
much you
there.
can do.
Yeah, it's a very difficult route. It was a perfect throw, too.
Let's see what they do 5 yards further back after the false start. It's still 27-26 Woodward. But a 2-point play could be big here. 2 receivers each way. Same look. Taylor goes across formation. They fake it to Taylor. Now Wertzler scrambling. Wertzler throws at the last second, and I believe it's picked in the end zone. The 2 is definitely no good. So 27-26, it will stay. 6:57 to play. Be right back here on Glycod.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
– 27-26 now. They've broken back in front, Woodford. A very athletic receiving core, and they made some plays on that drive.
Yeah, we were just talking about just two very well-coached teams. They're really good at what they do. You're South. You've been here before. Just keep playing.
Ford kicks it away. Miles from the 10, 15, 20, 25, trying to get outside. Makes one man miss. There's the 30, 35, 40, 45, and he goes out of bounds up at about the 47, 48, but a flag is down back at about the 33-yard line.
Well, you definitely don't want to kick a line drive kick to him.
No.
Your coverage lanes don't have time to form, and he made you pay, but apparently there's going to be a penalty.
Yeah. Wilkinson on the stop, but South is going to back it up.
But if you're South, you've been here before. You were down 2 weeks ago to OC. Do what you do, drive the ball, run the ball. Nothing, as Kane pointed out in the pregame, nothing new could be in this situation. So
now this is what they would have asked for.
Yep.
You're here, 6:47 to go. You'd rather be ahead one than behind one, but you're very much in this game, and you got a point, a shot here to make your stand. Go out and win it.
And Woodford's defense hasn't really been in this situation, so you're hoping your experience pays off here.
1st and 10 at the 21 after the penalty. Arnold's under center. Run it inside, and just not much there. Might have gotten a yard. Maybe not that.
Hatcher trying the middle. No room there.
Used Hatcher on the power run, just not much of a crease.
You might see a counter option off that like we did in the first half here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what Kane is thinking as he sets this up.
2nd and 10, that one went for no gain. .6:10 in the ball game. South down a point. Arnold's under center. He's got a receiver wide to the right. That's the open side. Motion heading that way. They run it inside. Not much there. Same essential idea, and that one gained about a yard, maybe two. Trying to get it inside, and Woodford's just not having any of it.
No push in the middle, and two downs in a row that Miles did not touch the ball, so I expect you will find him around the ball this time.
Sturgis and Dumas on the stop for Woodford. He has 3rd and 8. Ball's out to about the 23.
And if you have to punt here, you've got plenty of time.
That's true.
To get the ball back.
That missed 2 means that even a touchdown wouldn't finish this one off. But
so,
you know that South would rather get it going here.
But you're about to get delay a game, so you just use your last timeout.
That's it. Timeout. Yep. 5:09 to play. We'll take the break as well. 3rd and 8 for South Oldham when we come back. Stay tuned here on Glycod.
Lines are wet, not just blinds. Lines are wet, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Five minutes, 9 seconds left. South suddenly kind of gone flat. It's been a South Oldham lead for most of this ball game. Woodford scored first, and from there until this recent touchdown by the Yellow Jackets, South had the lead, but now they're down a point.
Yeah, body language is definitely better for Woodford County. I can't imagine Kane's thinking that he wouldn't punt here, but he may think I may not get the ball back, or they may score again. You never know. So
3rd and 8, ball's at the 23. Arnold's in the gun, rolling right, looking, throws it up the sideline, got a man out there, it's caught down to the 40-yard line. Arnold just dropped it in the bucket. What a throw all the way downfield to Max Madsen.
Excellent throw, and man, what a catch. Dropped it right in the basket, and he caught it. Again, they make plays when they have to make plays. Just incredible.
37-yard hookup. Hodge on the tackle for Woodford, but a first down at the Woodford 40 for the Dragons. 4:45 to go. Arnold in the gun, trips left. Arnold keeps it himself. 38, maybe 37. Picks his way through that middle. 4:30 and the clock rolls.
2 weeks ago, Oldham County game, he really looked off the first half. And then the third quarter, fourth quarter, when he had to make plays, he made them. And that was an excellent throw. Then he comes back and runs the ball for 3 yards, So 2, actually, sorry.
I'm going to say they're going to put it closer to the 38, second, and call it a short 8, 4:07 to go. Having some trouble again getting the stuff in here. I got to get rolling. 4 minutes. Arnold's in the gun, trips left. He drops, sets, throwing right. Incomplete down at the 25. Madsen couldn't grab it. They wanted a pass interference flag, but not going to get it.
Well, he didn't catch the snap cleanly, and he had to adjust his hands, and the timing was off. If he could have caught it cleanly and thrown, he had him beat on the slant route there. Just a little bit of timing off because the way he caught the snap. He had to readjust his hands, and that cost him that. But that one-on-one backside slant will be there.
Hodge on the cover, 3rd and 8 now at the 38, 3:51. Clock stopped for the moment. Ethan Arnold brings in his play. Madsen's out here wide again to the left. He's got 2 receivers on the right. He's got 2 receivers to the left. Dixon the wide one. He sets. Big pressure. He's hit and he's sacked back at the 45-yard line.
Well, that's
some interesting celebration, but
yeah, but that's what you can't have happen because now if you're in field goal range, you're out of it, and now your 4th down play obviously is much more difficult.
Davion Sturgis came in and made the sack. 4th and 15. 3:25 and the clock runs, and time becomes an issue here. I can't imagine you don't just go ahead and take a shot here. You're on the plus side of the field, and the clock really is the enemy more than the score at this point. 4th and 15.
And you have no timeouts, so.
2 receivers left, 1 right. Arnold needs 15. Whistles blow, and I think Woodford called timeout. They did. We'll stop with 3:01 to go. Big 4th down when we come back. Woodford by 1 here on Glycod.
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
All right, 4th, and it might be 14 instead of 15. I don't think he has to quite make the 30. Yeah, I'm going to be generous and say 4th and 14, but still, Ethan Arnold needs a play here. Where can you hide Julian Miles, I guess, is the question.
Look for the rollout, maybe the wide side and a crossing route, or the real route like he hit earlier.
2 receivers each way. Miles is in the slot on the right. They got an extra man. It's snapped, and there's a free play. Free play, and he takes a deep shot. Got a man out there. It's incomplete. There's the flag, but he had the free play. He knew it, and there's another flag. I think the quarterback might have been hit as well. Let's see what we got. At least it was offsides and a free play. If we got a personal foul for a late hit on the quarterback, then it gets real interesting. And that second flag is back near the quarterback. Let's see.
Is it a substitution fraction?
It was. They had a 12th man, and he did not make it off the field.
Gotcha, okay.
That was clear. And they're moving in a way that suggests that it is, in fact, a personal foul in addition to having the 12th man. There's the substitution call, which was 12 on the field, and that is declined because it's a roughing the passer, and that's the bigger penalty because that's a first down to the 30-yard line.
First down at the 30.
Well, Coach Sam's better go to church Sunday.
It was a good throw on the deep ball. He knew he had 5 yards anyway.
Excellent.
Which is what you should do is you chuck it up there and see if you can make a play. But he got hit first down at the 30. Arnold gives off the side. It's Miles. Can he get the edge? He can't. Makes it 25, but no more. Still a pickup of 5, second down.
Nice play by number 4 there. Strung it out, got off the block, made the tackle for only about a 5-yard gain. It could have got out for more.
That's it. Davion Sturgis on the play. 2:38 and the clock rolls. 2nd and 5 at the 25. Dragons down 1. They're out of timeouts. Woodford's got 2.5 minutes. Arnold's under center. Got Madsen out wide to the right. Miles is that way too, in the slot. Arnold runs some option, keeps it. First down to about the 17. 2:13 on the clock.
Nice job there by Arnold to kind of fake the pitch and then just get vertical and find some yards.
Dumas on the tackle, but a first down. South Oldham 2:08 and the clock rolls. They're down a point. Inside 2 minutes. Miles is in the backfield this time. He's the wing back. Everybody's on the left. Arnold's under center. Arnold's got it. Gives it inside. A power run for Hatcher down to about the 13.
Nice job of turning nothing into something, as they would say. So if you're Coach Johnson, you got to think about these 2 timeouts because if you save them, you may only have 10 seconds left the way South controls the ball. So you may be thinking about using those.
Hodge on the stop. They actually give him only 3 to the 14. The 2nd and 7, minute 20 and the clock rolling. South doesn't have a problem with that. They're down 1, and they're knocking on the door. 14-yard line. Everybody's bunched in tight. Arnold's under center. Arnold. Power run, Hatcher. No, it's Arnold who kept it off the left side. Faked me out inside the 10 down to about the 8. 3rd and short, 1 minute. And timeout. You called for it. Woodford County going to call one of the 2. 3rd and short when we come back. No, we're going to keep it here. 3rd and short. Okay. 59 seconds. There's so many issues here with the clock, with the scoring. You'd prefer not to kick a field goal because you've had some problems in the kicking game tonight. You'd prefer to run it down a little bit, give it back with 10 seconds instead of 50, but wow, there's a lot going on here.
Well, if you think back to the last kickoff when you pooched it and gave it to him at the 50, do you feel comfortable kicking deep? You almost have to kick deep because you want to run time off the clock also.
Right.
If you're Coach Johnson, you're probably going to use your timeout again after this one. Particularly if they don't get it, even if they do get it, though. And then remember, South has no timeouts.
That's right.
So running the ball, they've got to be careful not to run the clock out on themselves because they can't call timeout to get their field goal team on the team, field goal kicker on the field.
3rd and 2 at the 9, 59 seconds. Arnold gives Hickerson. He's tripped up at the 9. He tried to get outside. Hickerson couldn't get it. It's 4th down. Now it's decision time. 4th and 2, 47 seconds, clock running.
Obviously, you can't spike it, so you've got to either run the field goal team on or you're going for it.
I think Woodford called that timeout. I think they're going to – yep, they sure did. 43 seconds. We'll take the break. Game going to be decided on the other side of this one. 27-26. Don't you go anywhere.
Blinds Direct, not just blinds. Blinds Direct, not just blinds.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
You have to.
Okay,
apologize.
We're coaching them up too here. 4th down and 2, 9-yard line. Offense is on the field, so 43 seconds. They're apparently going to go. They got to make the 7. Run on a player late. They're ready. It's a shotgun look. Arnold gives Miles. Miles, it's not there, but then through second effort, I think he got it. He did get it. It's a first down at the 6, but now here comes the clock. 35 seconds. It'll stop while they spot the chains for a 1st and goal.
So you need to be on the ball and spike it, and then you can get in a huddle and call a play. If you don't spike
they hurry to the line, and the clock starts. 1st and goal from the 6, and there's the spike with 30, 29, 28, and the clock stops. 2nd and goal now.
You're really in a situation where you have to throw it because if you run it,
You better get there.
You got to get there, and then it's going to be third. You spike it, now you're at fourth. But you are in better close field goal range.
So I was watching the other day the replay, the anniversary of the Tennessee-LSU game came up, the one where LSU ran it in this situation, didn't get it, didn't have another play, and were bailed out because Tennessee ended up with 13 players on the field.
I do recall that one.
That was wild. Let's see if this one is pretty wild, too. 2nd and goal at the 6, 28 seconds, down 1. Arnold looks to throw, fires, caught, touchdown in the end zone. Who else would it be? It's Julian Miles. Did he come up here and sell some popcorn? Because if he didn't, it's the only thing he hasn't done tonight.
Yeah, he is quite the versatile player. And again,
you got an injured player here.
Cramp, short roll, excellent throw. That's called a pin route. You run at the guy and then you pin back out. Some people whip, some people call it an angle, but he comes back out, and the throw is just perfect.
And it was a little bit of a dangerous one because he curled to about the one
and then
where he caught it.
He had to get off that and get in. And then if he doesn't get in, you really had no choice but to spike it, and then you're at 4th down.
Yeah.
So
they threw it a little bit short of the end zone, but when you're throwing it to Julian Miles, he's going to do what needs done. Young man on his back out there. Yeah, hopefully it is just a cramp. If so, he's going to feel a lot better in 24 seconds probably. So 32-27. You're going for 2 here because that would push it to 7. I assume you do.
Yeah, you would want to make it 7 because, again, with their ability to score,
yeah,
they can score quick as we've seen.
Trying to get the number on the young man. Looks like Sam Dawson was the player who's come off, and they are going to go for 2. Arnold's in the gun. Got a back on either side of him. Arnold keeps it, and nothing comes open, and now he is going to be hit and taken down. I think they ran a couple seconds off the clock, which shouldn't happen because that's not a play. But in any case, it's no good. It's 32-27, 24 seconds on the clock. We'll just stay here.
So you
not at all a situation where you're out of this if you're Woodford. The only thing now is you don't have any timeouts.
You have no timeouts, and you've got to make a decision as a coach, too. Do you tell your team to fair catch it so you get all 24 seconds?
I would not. I would say let's take our shot on this return.
If you can get a return, take a shot. What do you do there? That's something they got to decide.
Because realistically, the way you're going to win this game if you're Woodford is by an athlete in space making a play. And that's what happens on a kick return.
No doubt.
It's not really any different than having Wertzler drop the ball off to somebody.
And what you want south, best case scenario, is run 4 or 5 seconds off the clock in this instant here.
Yeah, and hopefully not give up too much field position in the process. 24 seconds. 32-27. South of the lead, they've got to defend for 24 seconds. Orther to kick it. The return men creep up, and it is kind of that second-level pooch. Caught at the 23, return man to 25, the 30, the 35, out to about the 36 or 37. So a pretty good compromise there. Wyatt Peters returns it. There's 19 seconds, and he got some position, but nothing that's deal-breaking.
And if you're South, that's what you wanted. You got 5 seconds ran off, so 19 seconds left. What you're telling your DBs here is keep them in bounds. Don't let them get out of bounds.
I'd call it the 36-yard line.
Keep them in bounds, and the game's over.
Wider than the wider, deeper than the deepest. But these guys from Woodford can get deep in a hurry. Trips right. Wertzler, 19 seconds. He drops to throw. He sets, good rush, throws over the middle, it's tipped and incomplete. Tried to get it to Mekhi Smith at midfield. It hung in the air for a second, incomplete, and that one took 6 seconds off the clock.
You got to be alert also for any hook and ladder, anything of that matter, anything of that, because as we get to the end of the game here. But if he caught that, he was going to run for a bunch more yards.
I think they put it up closer to the 37 here than the 36, but like a half yard on the spot, but
you almost,
in any case.
you almost have to throw the sideline now.
Yeah, 13 seconds, second down, but that's irrelevant. Down 5, Woodford looks for one. Wertzler heaves over the middle, tipped, incomplete. Or was it? Did he get? No, he didn't. Yeah, I didn't think that was intercepted. It was close, but
very
not
close.
Quite. Leland Taylor at midfield.
Yeah, interesting decision to throw that breaking middle post again also, just because you don't have, even if he caught that, you don't have time to get the big lineman down there to spike the ball.
That's it. You got 7 seconds now. You've either got to throw it at the sideline or just heave it.
So this has to go down the sideline.
You could get 10 or 15 and get out of bounds and reset for your heave, and probably heave in the end zone from there. From here, from the 37, he's looking at a 70-plus yard throw. He's got a good arm, but I don't know if he's got that good of an arm. Let's see. Trips right. Last play, 32-27, probably. Wertzler sets. It's going to be. He's going to heave it. Puts it way down there. About the 15. I think it's caught, but if so, the game's over. It is, but the game's over. It's caught at the 14-yard line, and South Oldham storms the field because they've won it. 32-27. Big-time win for the Dragons of South Oldham, who moved to 2-0 in the district.
Well, again, finding a way to win when they had to do it. You know, got the roughing the passer, which kept the drive alive. But in that last situation, what you're screaming at your DBs is knock the ball down so there's not a tip or something of that nature.
Yep.
Did a good job of going up with him, keeping the ball down. So, again, South Oldham, that adversity, that first drive in the third quarter, all the things we talked about, forcing turnovers, they did it.
Yep.
And you come out ahead.
Big win, 32-27. We'll be back on the other side to recap it and start thinking about tonight's most outstanding players. The Dragons with a big one over Woodford here on Glycod.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management. Looking to ease the stress of running a business? Then count on the accountants at Kelly King & Company. They offer a wide array of services, including taxes, payroll, and bookkeeping, while providing deep analysis and strategic guidance to help you make sound, smart business decisions. Contact Troy in Crestwood at 502-241-5656 or visit them online at kingcpa.net. Kelly King & Company, proudly serving and supporting Oldham County for generations and a dedicated partner to small business.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
Time matters, and when you need a fast and easy car wash, try Clementine's. Family owned and open 24 hours a day. Clementine's is a touchless wash that can make your car look as good as new in as little as 3 minutes. Visit them at Kroger Fuel Center at 2010 Highway 53 in LaGrange. Clementine's, a proud supporter of high school athletics and juiced by Thomas Car Wash.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilly in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Big time win tonight. South Oldham 32-27. They are able to grab it. And before we talk any more about it, I do need to point out our scoreboard. And, of course, you're getting scores throughout the night. That scoreboard is presented by Robin Lawson of Financial Solutions. Clarity for your financial future. Thank you, Robin. And, you know, just everything you could want. Honestly, it's one of those games, even for Woodford. You come out of here and you get your first loss of the year. But this was a game that I think you probably learned a lot of things that helped your team as the season goes.
Well, you pointed out earlier they hadn't been in these situations with a lot of adversity. So now you've seen it. You know you can go through it. Quarterback made some mistakes early. You overcame them. You made plays when you had to make them. Defensively, you had a mistake at the end on a roughing the passer after you had a big sack. But, again, both teams can grow from what they've done. And if you're Kane Sams, you're pretty much the blueprint that we talked about and he talked about is what you did to win the game.
Yeah. I got to say, very impressed with what he's been able to do here. You know, did several South Oldham games back in the Jamie Reed era, and that style of football was incredibly effective. But the problem was it would only go so long. And Coach Sams, I think, has done a good job of building off of a lot of the fundamentals of that ground attack. But he's incorporated enough different touches that I think this is a South Oldham team that could be a threat way down the line in those 5A playoffs. Woodford, same thing. I mean, this looked like the number 2 and number 3 5A teams in the state.
No doubt. I think the difference is the ability to throw the ball when they have to throw the ball. And you got to look at from this way at Coach Sams. He got the job late in the year. He goes to North Bullitt for 1 year. Coach Reed decides to go in administration late in the year.
Yeah.
You have to basically replace your staff from the first year because it wasn't going to quote your staff.
Right.
So they're much better than I thought they'd be this year, just because really it's his first year.
That's true.
No apologies to Kenny Payne, but really it's his first year and it's his own staff and he's got the development going that he wants. And you're exactly right. He's kept the fundamentals, he kept the toughness, he's kept the winning tradition. And he's added a little bit of a touch of his own where now when they have to throw the ball, when they have to get a first down, I mean, the third and long several times, they can do it.
Yeah.
Hats off to Coach Sams. A wonderful job as a head coach.
Dennis Johnson doing a good job over there at Woodford. They come up on the short end, but it wasn't a lack of effort or lack of strategy. Did some really good things tonight on both sides of the ball, and this is one that, frankly, it's a shame anybody's got to take an L off of this one because they both played very well.
We're very impressed with Coach Johnson's program, just watching during the game, seeing his coaches, what they do, how hard they play. A lot of little things you see as a coach, just things I'm very impressed with his program.
We're going to take a short break, come back, and recap the scoring and get you tonight's most outstanding players. Stay tuned. South Oldham, big-time win, 32-27 over Woodford County here on Glycod.
A lot goes into taking care of your property. You need equipment with more durability, versatility, and #1 rated reliability built in. Like Kubota compact tractors that can do it all right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut. And the Sidekick utility vehicle built for hard work and fun at 40 miles per hour. Kubota equipment lives up to the highest standards. Yours. Visit your local dealer today.
For dependable, friendly heating, cooling, electric, and plumbing service, it's Kinzer & Kinzer at 200 East Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Locally owned and operated since 1983. Call 502-222-0497.
Glycod on YouTube is Kentuckiana's fastest growing high school sports video site. When you click to subscribe, don't forget to tap the bell and be notified of our upcoming live broadcasts and other unique video content. Subscribe for free now at youtube.com/Glycod.
Proud supporters of Oldham County High School's athletics. Robin Lawson and Financial Solutions Incorporated have been recognized over a dozen times as Oldham County's best financial planner. Robin and his team provide individuals and small businesses the tools needed to achieve their financial goals because they care not just about the result, but also the process. Visit their office in LaGrange at 309 West Jefferson Street or learn more online at oldhamfinancial.com. Financial Solutions Incorporated. Clarity for your financial future.
When
When you need protection and peace of mind with superior service, contact Jay Hall at Insurance Associates in LaGrange. Choose from their range of policies that cover what you value most, including dozens of top-name insurance companies like Westfield. For more information and a free no-obligation quote, call 502-222-9558. Insurance Associates at 204 West Jefferson Street in LaGrange. Insurance for all areas of your life.
Founded in 1910 in the Ohio Valley region, German American Bank has been raising the standards in banking and wealth management for over a century. Big enough to provide the conveniences of modern banking, yet small enough to care about the people and communities we serve. Because we believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. We're lending more than money. We're lending a hand. German American Bank, building our community together.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Joe Cox and Jamie Brown back here to recap the 32-27 win. They've already actually taken the score off the board. I'm glad I've
leave
got
that up there for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I would. It was, of course, 18-14 at halftime, and you know, we said earlier that the biggest drive was probably the first one of the game for South Oldham, but if that's true, honorable mention for the opening drive of the second half, which went 7 minutes and 15 seconds, ended on a 7-yard touchdown run for Julian Miles. Arnold kept the ball for a 2-point conversion, 26-14, and more importantly, 4:45 left in the third quarter when the drive's over. That did so much. Both of those drives were huge. It was big in part because Woodford answered immediately. 5-yard touchdown run, Justice Wurtzler. That made it 26-21 after the Ford extra point, 2:44 to go in the third. And then for only the second time all night, they took the lead, did Woodford, came down, got a 3-yard touchdown run for Wurtzler, made it 27-26. Went for 2. It was no good. 6:57 to go in the ball game, and then the big score at the end, 6-yard pass. Julian Miles hauled it in. Ethan Arnold threw it. And that was the difference in this one. South went for 2, didn't get it, but that was 32-27 with 24 seconds left. And just the capper of a night when, you know, South Oldham had to do some big things to win this game, but when their back was to the wall, they made the plays.
That third quarter drive opening was even more important because they'd given up that touchdown right before the second half, and to do it the way they did it, that first drive and then that first drive again in the third quarter, first drive of the game, first drive of the third quarter, that's championship football, and to be able to do that and have the mettle to do it shows what South Oldham's all about and what that staff has gotten out of them.
That's true. 2 7-minute-plus touchdown drives. And a thank you to our sponsor there. Those final numbers tonight were presented by German American Bank, building our community together, German American Bank. We're going to take one more break, and on the other side of it, we will tell you tonight's most outstanding players. South Oldham 32, Woodford County 27. We'll be back one more time here on Glycod.
Are you a parent battling with raising your child in today's fallen world? You're not alone. The Operation Parent Handbook is your beacon of hope with info and guidance on social media, vaping, anxiety, and more. It's a resource that equips you with the guidance and conversation starters you need in your parenting journey. Use discount code KIDS at checkout to get 10% off any handbook. Visit operationparent.org to reclaim your confidence as a parent. Operation Parent, you've got this.
From tools and equipment to tips on finishing your project, see the helpful folks at Crestwood Hardware, your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Built on more than a century of service, Crestwood Hardware offers Oldham County's best and most convenient selection of products for your home, farm, or garden. Visit Crestwood Hardware, 6536 West Highway 22, phone 502-241-8491. And for rewards when you shop, download the Ace Hardware app.
LaGrange Service Center is a professional automotive service center that aims to provide the highest level of customer satisfaction. Their team is dedicated to performing honest and ethical work. Their experienced technicians make affordably priced immediate and scheduled repairs. Plus, they offer 24-hour emergency roadside assistance and much more. Located at 409 West Jefferson Street, or call 502-222-1673. LaGrange Service Center.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. Visit your locally owned power equipment dealer, Anderson Sales and Service in Madison, Crestwood, and our newest location at 1675 Waterson Trail in Louisville.
Trying to be a responsible citizen and the best recycler you can be, but you just aren't sure what goes where? Google Oldham County Waste Wizard and check out the Wizard search engine. Just type in the name of your mystery item and see what pops up. It will tell you whether it goes in the trash, recycle bin, or donations. It tells you how to discard troublesome items like paint and televisions. Can you believe it even tells you how to get rid of a boat? Oldham County Waste Wizard, do you believe in magic?
This message funded by Oldham County Solid Waste Management.
Blinds are wet, not just blinds. Blinds are wet, not just blinds.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Leslie Gilley in Crestwood today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're watching Oldham High School's football on Glycod.
Once more, South Oldham 32, Woodford County 27. Big win, and tonight's most outstanding players are presented by Crestwood State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilley. For a quote on home, auto, or life insurance, contact Leslie at 502-384-6184. Thank you, Leslie. MOPs, a lot of outstanding performances by a lot of talented players tonight. For Woodford County, the guy we kept coming back to, it's funny. He'll probably remember this in a bad way because coming into this game, he had thrown only one interception all year. He threw two tonight, but he did a lot of things right, too. Justice Wertzler, the quarterback, threw for 2 scores, ran for 2 scores, and just was a really smooth, collected presence back there. Very impressed with his skill set, Jamie.
Yeah, overcome 2 interceptions. We've only got 1 the whole year, and then play the way you played, make plays on the sideline, throw the ball on the money, lead the team, run the ball, run in for a touchdown. Excellent athlete, and made plays when he had to. And the big thing, start off bad, but finish well.
Yeah.
That shows some maturity and growth.
Absolutely did. South Oldham, it was a tough call, in large part because Ethan Arnold was absolutely outstanding tonight.
Outstanding quarterback also, just like the other team.
Yeah, made a ton of plays, but we had to go with the guy who really, he makes all the plays. He does it all. He hit a pretty nice punt out there. He didn't sell popcorn, but that's about it. Everything else, Julian Miles, 6'1", senior running back, cornerback, receiver, punter, kick returner, whatever you need. He's just a guy who makes plays. He caught two touchdown passes, and he ran for another score. And his catch in the end zone with 24 seconds to play was the difference. So we got to go with Julian Miles.
Well, he runs the ball from the tailback spot. He runs the ball on jet motion from the receiver spot. He catches the ball out of tailback. He catches the ball inside. He catches the ball outside. Just a phenomenal football player. But Ethan Arnold he had a wonderful night tonight too.
He did.
And what a tough kid. Those two together, that's quite the combination.
It is, and we'll have to see where they end up taking South Oldham next week. It's a good time to think about that. They're going to play at Scott County. Where are we going to be next week? Well, Glycod's schedule, Paul Lawrence Dunbar at Tate's Creek, Seymour at New Albany. That's the Indiana game. Southern at Mayle, Collins at Woodford County. Dennis Johnson's team be right back on Glycod. Eastern at Oldham County. Encourage you, follow us, glycod.com or at Glycod, Glicod, on Twitter/X. Keep up with those scores, and that look ahead to next week's schedule was presented by Mortensen Family Dental. A healthy smile means a healthier you. Well, thanks to these great teams for an outstanding effort, and thanks to my team, Jeff Cooper, my producer, Ryan Cox, my spotter, Jamie Brown, my analyst. Appreciate all of you guys for helping out and all of our listeners for letting us do what we do. Be back next week. Everybody take care. Thanks for listening, and good night. South Oldham, big-time winner, 32-27 here over Woodford County. Good night from Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Oldham High School's football. Tonight's game was brought to you by Oldham County Solid Waste Management, featuring the Waste Wizard search engine. Anderson Sales and Service, a top choice for homeowners and lawn professionals. Kinzer & Kinzer, delivering clean, comfortable air. State Farm Insurance Agent Leslie Gilly. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. German American Bank, serving our community since 1910. LaGrange Service Center, Mortensen Family Dental, Operation Parent, and Financial Solutions Incorporated.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.